We are back. We are back. Fuck an algorithm. We are back once again. To my left, we got my guy Jill. What it do?
Hello, hello, hello. It is I.
Oh, Lord. Shout out, man.
To my right, we got my brother Spence. What it do?
What up, man? Fly God is smelling like God damn in this mother. We got you see that you can see the smoke, man. He got an in fucking
Praise be to Allah, brother.
one of the Muslim homies incense up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Praise be, praise be.
That final call
I
flavor.
just wanted to get my chi right. Final call flavor is crazy work.
Fresh bean prize, brother.
Oh man!
Shout out to my brothers though. I always get a final news call paper from them. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever I do see him, I do get excited. Pause. I like the fruit. Whenever I feel like they fruit tastes a little different than.
It's hard to come up off that $2. I ain't gonna lie, shawty.
Shout out to my brothers out. Shout out to my brothers. Sunni and Nation, man. Shout out, man.
All right, man. How your week been, Joe?
Oh man, the weekend was good. Football and soccer over the weekend. 2 dub. Well, shit, we split the soccer 1-1. 1 win, 1 tie. Then we went on football, scraped on that. Shit. I came out to court.
Seen Joe last night.
Popped out real quick. I came out real quick, in and out real quick, man.
There was a lot going on.
It was
Too
a
much
lot
for my
going
brother
on
Jew,
this
man.
weekend, man. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Jackson State and Grambling for, you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to the classic. Shout out to the HBCU.
Shout out to everybody, man. I ain't hear one person talk about the football game, but shout out.
Oh no, I heard, I saw it was a long line to get in.
I hit my boy up and I'm like, how the game going? He was like, nigga, we ain't come for the game.
No, you don't go to HBCU games for the game. You go for the band. You go for the band.
Okay.
That's the real entertainment.
We get there when we get there.
Yeah, listen.
Y'all got me fucked up. I'm going to Allegiant to watch a band, nigga?
Yeah. Cultural. Anyway.
I'm like,
how was your week, Spence?
I don't want to be that cultural then.
You stupid. Save it. How was your week?
I've been chilling, man. I really been chilling. I ain't been doing much. Kind of like just resetting, man. Spending time with the family, the wife and the family, man, and still getting myself together. I mean, kind of like, what is it for a writer?
Writer's block?
Writer's block, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, I'm appreciating like now that I done put my foot down, if y'all get my drift. Shit just goes downhill. But shout out.
Praise Jesus.
You know what I realized this week, even with my interview with Tiana, go check that out on Fly Conversations.
Yep.
I'm not a creator. Like, I don't have like a real creator's mind. Like you, I consider you a creator, talking to her, creator. Jew, I'm more of a personality, I guess. Like, I just turn on these cameras.
Was it culturator? Curator.
Curator. I would say more of a cultural critic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really be coming like, I like how you come up with ideas and like you bounce a lot of ideas and I would never think of shit. Like, I'm not that person. I'm gonna try to tap more into my creative side if there is one. As far as my week, this has been a weird week for me. I always say this pod is therapy for me. So with this whole elitist conversation, that was just a clip, but the clip led to so many phone calls. So, okay. I might be an elitist. Okay. And then I am. Yeah, okay. Score 1 for Spency. Okay. He got that one. I admit I'm wrong.
MAGA fly. MAGA fly.
I just like things my way, goddammit. But even with that, and even with you were talking about how I go out and all that, and I've been fighting that stigma for a while, I realized I kind of suppressed my entertainment. Like, I like being outside, but then I hate the motherfucking perception. But nigga, that's what I do. I like being outside. And this week, I missed out on so many opportunities to go enjoy some once in a lifetime shit. Like, this was the first HBCU classic, although you don't care. But I wanted to see the bands. Like, I should have went to an HBCU. That was my goal all the time. I just ended up at UNLV. So I ain't gonna say I wanted to relive my, but I wanted to go experience that because there's nothing. The Southern Boom, I wanted to go see the Sonic Boom or whatever they call Jackson's band. I wanted to go see that. And I had tickets, that was given to me for the game. I didn't go. I had tickets to Complex Con. I'm like, I don't want to be around all them people. But then I'm like, if you know me growing up, biggest No Limit Cash Money fan. My favorite hip hop verse comes off a Hot Boys album.
Shout out to the city, man.
And shout out to Vegas. Shout out to Vegas for hosting such a great, like, so, like I said on my stories, if you're in the service industry, you made a bag this weekend with all the Grambling and Jackson people in town, and just the HBCU people, period. Like, they brought whoever curated that whole little thing, and I seen they got the gospel brunch. It was more than just a game. It was a whole week of events.
I know that was empty.
Nah, it looked good. It looked good. It looked good. Why would you think it'd be empty?
I don't know. When I think of a gospel brunch, I'm thinking of like a mimosa tower and like melodies from heaven.
Kanye Sunday service.
Kind of one of our favorite Sundays that we did, nigga.
That was my first Sunday. You right?
Yeah. What are you talking
about? That might be banging. But that was like
that was one
like,
of our...
but that was like a fucking. It was my first time ever listening to that song or hearing that song. But we were also completely drunk, and by that time, that was the only like gospel song that had been played. But shout out,
the Spirit moved us that night.
That's
me and Yours and Homie Close.
Oh my God, that was a spiritual experience.
I said, nigga, that's the gospel, nigga, dreams and nightmares right there, nigga. That shit was like crazy.
Oh.
So I was really disappointed in myself this week that I did not get out. Like, I did a little candlelight shit because I've been trying to, do different shit, but I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? I've come to realize that although it may be elitist how I like my experiences, I guess.
So I'm just waiting.
Man, I have a hard time saying the motherfucking words, nigga. Shit. I texted you. This is my version of me apologizing. I said the word apology. That's good enough. Goddamn. You score one for Spence. I apologize. You was right.
I got 2 apologies on the table.
What's the other one?
Spence, I got a lot of old friends.
You got
I do.
You got a lot of who?
In the conversations,
I got a lot of whole friends.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with supporting.
It ain't nothing, but he was like coming at me like I just be asking him like, and I'm like, I know a lot of hoes, but
then
have these conversations.
You know what fucked me up when he said like he has been a family man and lived. I've been wild and free, shit, still pretty much. I've lived a life, and I guess in my occurrences in life,
this. I live.
Yeah, right. I hang around the various characters, allegedly, so I had a call from a whore, and we got into a debate about how she tried to tell me how since she turned herself into a whore, how this is the best thing that ever happened to her.
Shout out, man.
And I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Sloring is an art.
At the same time, she couldn't rub 2 nickels together.
You know how many
now, not to say she didn't make the money, but bitch, you ain't got it. When I met you had some paper that you earned, you know what I'm saying? Your back is flat.
Say good pussy, bad money management.
Your back is flat because you stay laying on that motherfucker and earn that paper. But you know what I'm saying? Like when I met you was making paper without laying on your back. So we got into then I realized halfway through, like, Spence is right. I'm sitting here arguing with a whore.
But you know what the crazy part is that I'm normally right. People just be wanting to debate with me. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I don't never really talk my shit, but you know what I mean? What they say, it comes out
the
in the
kids
wash.
never wanted to argue with Joe Jackson. They never wanted to argue with Joe.
Nigga,
but I do feel like you know what I mean? There's a lot of sexually suppressed women out there that would love to get thrashed out if they wasn't.
Because that young lady told me I like having conversations and I like having sex. Then I responded, ain't too much conversation happen when you hopping in the front seat of a car.
If a woman could...
Like, it ain't like you getting picked up at these... You on a blade now.
If
you know what I'm saying? You ain't sitting at a bar.
If a woman could get a real train ran on her without judgment, I think most would go for it.
Would, definitely.
For just the pure pleasure of it, I think most women would go for it if they didn't get the judgment.
They started out as doulos.
So is that like our problem for talking on them like that?
I do think we have a lot of a blame to go for the way women
put a stigma on it.
Treat themselves.
Right. So
don't do that.
Sexually
to us. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to no. Don't do that.
Yes, yeah.
Don't do that. I don't tell nobody to wake up in the morning and hit the camera and show the back shot in the morning. I don't tell nobody to do that. I don't.
But at the same time, we do a lot of stuff. They have an influence on the way we get up and dress and shit.
Nah,
definitely.
Oh yeah, man.
If you're not putting that shit on it to get no motherfucking no play, then what the fuck?
Yeah, but when you say put that shit on,
I'm just saying who you doing it for.
Yeah, but
when you
say put that shit on, Jewy, I mean like they don't dictate the way we dressed. Women dress for other bitches. They don't dress for us. They dress to be in competition with other women when they go outside. I don't think men do that. They don't really dictate the way we dress. They want the attention when they go out, and oftentimes that comes with being in competition with other women. I don't think we move like that.
Men be in competition with other
Niggas
men.
being comp, bro.
Men definitely be in competition with other men.
Okay.
Especially in the motherfucking strip club. Are you shitting me? That's one of the most competitive battlegrounds for niggas in the world.
Yeah.
Are you shitting
Maybe I'm
me?
just so
But then
far
again, that's
removed.
where, that's where because I've seen some competitive battles in the strip club. Even bottle wars. That be niggas. Bitches ain't part of bottle
that's
wars. You see how many videos we done seen in the bottle wars? That's niggas compete.
I be in competition with myself, not to spend what I end up spending. But I mean, maybe because I'm just so far removed from that type of culture. Like I would
really reflected after last week.
I would probably be kidding myself if I didn't think men were in competition with me. But I'm oblivious to it because it's not really mine.
I'm aware that
But
men are
it would probably be from a media standpoint, maybe.
Oh no, I'm well aware niggas been competitive with me forever.
But life
with the image of what they think, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be competitive. Like, yeah, oh man, listen.
Yeah, life, like just being competitive with me in life and dressing and all that. I ain't never really, I've been out of that stage for a long time. So, a nigga be playing himself trying to do that with me.
You know, after last week, I wish I had some of your elevation. And, above all this bullshit, I'm still in the muck. I still enjoy the bull. Like, it really baffled me. Like, initially when I left this motherfucker, I was still like, how the fuck this nigga ain't never been around no hoes, no pimps? Like that shit seems so fucking foreign to me.
I've been around since high school, bro. I would say high school.
But like,
High school was like when my peers, like I've been knowing pimps, don't get me wrong, allegedly.
Yeah,
I've been knowing
all
pimps,
alleged.
But my peers started to dive into that lifestyle in high school. But because you're around it so much, it's nothing that you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas don't like taking they work home. So we don't really be having them conversations about.
But see, me and all my friends who may or may not been in life, we have shop talk, as you would call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, how was work? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've talked to you about your job.
Yeah.
You've talked to me about my job. It's no different. That's just their job.
Yeah, but okay, so you could also say it's like we talk about our jobs, right? But there's a small, very, very small block when we actually talk about podding, how we met.
We've talked about it we've talked about it.
When it's when we kicking it and when we around each other, like on the phone, it's a very small block when we talk about podding.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about podcast shit. We're really,
What's the difference?
But I don't know. I don't want to answer this right. I don't like answering. Then I'll be going back and watching wrong because I just answered so quick. I don't even want to answer now. Fuck that, because I have to think, and I don't want to think about that right now. I want to get into something else. Let's get into what really took the city over this weekend.
Oh no! Before we get into that, I do want to ask y'all a question. I don't want to come off anti, but I really do want to ask y'all a question.
All right, let's hear it.
When speaking about HBCUs, would you agree or disagree in the bigger scheme of things that it's more in the realm of the BCon participation-ish trophy?
Explain. I forgot what the BCon stand for.
For me.
No, what does the actual BCon, the acronym, stand for again?
Oh, nigga, now you asking me. I just know it's where all the blacks and now they start as Mexicans and shit for graduation. It's like their own thing.
Okay, so you would call HBCUs participation trophies? Is that what
I'm not calling it? I'm asking.
No, is that what? I would not say that. No.
Meanwhile, okay, what I'm saying is the recognition that you would get from like a BCon or from like a HBCU in the bigger scheme of things. Does it mean that you either can't or afraid of being competitive when you group in all cultures
No.
So you go to a HBCU to get the recognition that you would get when you're singled out.
Me personally, I think the education is the same. You go to HBCUs for the cultural experience.
Yeah,
Especially if you
still in a credit school.
you still get the
No,
same.
meaning I'm saying
I look at a Grambling degree the same as a Harvard degree. Well, nah, Harvard's a bit extreme. Let's just say, pick any other.
meaning it's easier to stand out when it's a group of people versus you going somewhere where it's a bunch of cultures and you have to be competitive in it.
I can't answer that because I went to one of those multicultural places. Like people that are there are white, people that are black.
So what they call those
PWIs, predominantly white institutions. I went to a PWI. I wish my goal as from growing up was to go to a HBCU. And maybe that's...
BCON is Black Community Organizations Network. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's just take BCon out of it. Do you feel that HBCU's degrees
Why do
are
you
lesser?
take BCon out of it?
Because I really don't know about that, and then I don't want to confuse myself.
It's where like it was where
I've never heard of it.
It was where like okay, when you graduate high school, you have BCon. BCon was like
and I graduated out here, and I don't remember
all the black high school kids.
It's
get their own graduation.
Yes,
they receive awards for
and they get their own acknowledgement.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of segregation, and we celebrate our own. I'm a big fan of that.
Got you.
I'm huge on that, and that's why I love HBCUs. And like I have family members who grew up in predominantly white areas who went to HBCUs, and she's an extended family member, but I feel like that was too much of a cultural shock for her. And it didn't work out for her. And then I've had others who went to those institutions and embraced their blackness because they never got to, like coming out here and going to school and being the only black person in the class is a fucking mind fuck. You know what I'm saying? That fucked my head up coming out here and seeing you attach yourself to the 3 or 4 black people that you might see. I went to a predominantly mixed school, you know what I'm saying, when I got out here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would have loved to go see, I grew up my whole life seeing faces like me. You know, I'm big on recognition. I mean, fuck. I'm having a real mind.
What?
Representation, shit. I'm having a mind fuck early today.
I was trying to help you, but I ain't.
This the fact that I'm not smoking, my brain is all off. But, so I'm big on representation. So going from having black teachers to not seeing a black teacher, to not seeing many black classmates, that's a culture shock. It's uncomfortable coming from, but if you grew up in it, I guess, yes. But then
stay seeing niggas.
Why wouldn't you want to go be around your own? I get you. So that's why I love HBCUs. I don't look down on them degrees. I always wish I'd have went to Payne College where my grandparents met, or either Lane College. Them was the two that I was really debating about. That's one of my biggest regrets. I think I would have been further in life had I went to HBCU.
I always wanted to go to Truth. Tell you the truth.
I'm not,
I hate you.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. I knew very, very well. Shout out, man. Shout out to everybody that, that's the route you decide to go. HBCU, whatever college. That's really not my ministry. You know what I mean? I knew I knew well early into my high school years, college wasn't. That's not my ideal. And then when you talk about money management and making good money decisions, college was never, in my mind, was never a good financial decision. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because what you pay to get that degree, you're gonna end up getting a job that doesn't either fit that degree, or you're not getting paid to pay off what you owe to get that degree.
Right, but when college started, it wasn't that bad. It was just now that we pay some
business.
It's right, but back then when your parents grew up, I always knew I was going to college. But it was never really a doubt for me. Now, did I graduate? Of course not. Yeah. But I always knew that was never the plan.
Motherfuckers just go for the experience, man. They know when they come out, they ain't using half of them degrees they went and paid all that.
Well, anyway. Julie, I wonder, because you say you went to college, right?
Oh, no. Hell no.
Oh, no. I do wonder, if people could go to college just for the networking opportunities and not...
Not for the CCSN. That's what CCSN for.
Yeah. That's still a college. I mean, it's
but motherfuckers don't be getting love, man, for going to CSN and shit like that.
Yeah, you old school, so you put the 2 C's on there.
Motherfuckers don't be getting love for no shit like that. But I'm all about making good financial No, I'm not even gonna say that. But
and not after we was just having that conversation. No.
I think I know where I go wrong at. I know where I go wrong.
After the third drink, it's all downhill for you.
Yeah, like everything.
I witness it.
I'm very frugal. I mean, you can ask. I used to be into all the shit. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in my life, man, I'm very frugal. I don't really ask for nothing. I don't spend too much money. But when I go outside,
that changes.
This thing.
What you about to say?
Oh no, I'm listening.
No, I'm very frugal, man. Like
I'm listening.
you know what I mean? Like I get a new pair of shoes here, you know what I mean, here and there. But you know I got, you know,
he getting shoes for comfort at this point.
I'm getting shoes for comfort and shit. Y'all never really see me like with some big ass designers on and all that shit. I ain't never really, you know, I'm not really. When you been making money for a long time now, I didn't want to. Okay. No. Okay.
For a long time.
What I'm saying is, it's not the shit. It's really not the shit on nobody. I swear it's not. Because if it wasn't put out there where I worked at, we'd probably never had this conversation anyways. It wasn't me who did that. I was very anti. It wasn't me that did that.
I'm trying to think, how did that come up? Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
So
I remember.
If it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't put out there, I would have never did that because it was nothing I was into. You know what I mean? But what does stand out to me is when brothers overcompensate.
With money?
The kids call it tryhards.
What's that?
Right?
Break that down.
What I do know, what I do notice.
I ain't got no kids.
No. What I do, they call it tryhards. Where you just try hard to stand out.
Okay.
So what I do notice is that based upon where people say I work at, when we do get outside, they try to overcompensate for where I work at. And it's like, nah, brother, you ain't really gotta do that. I'll make the bad decisions here. And I don't do it.
What do you mean by overcompensate? You mean they try to compete with you? If you get a bottle, they get a bottle type shit?
Money wise. Try to put it out there like they make money. When that ain't really what I'm on. Me and this brother, they kicked it and he didn't see me outside. When I make bad financial decisions, it's not a stunting thing. It's like a
living in the moment.
When you get this check, nigga.
I've seen reality slap him in the face on the tab. Get there.
Is happening. Well, what the fuck did you just do? So that's why I try not to go outside as much because when I have fun, I'm in the moment.
I had one of those days Thursday when I went to the shit. Then it was at a certain point when I realized that it wasn't worth what I had already spent. I started, all right, let's shut this shit down. No more.
Yeah.
Well, I got into a whole argument over a $32 shot.
You know what I'm saying?
When at the grand scheme of things, that was the least of my goddamn expenses. It was just the fact that I was overspending money at that point. Like,
or you be kicking it with couples, and because they think your lifestyle, or they done heard the show and shit, and they think your lifestyle, and then now by the end of the night they in the corner doing bills and shit.
See, I don't.
You be seeing that shit when they be in the corner and shit. They be, they got their phones up and shit.
This is where my leaders kick in.
They be doing bills and they be motherfucking.
Look, we ain't had that.
Well, you gotta look at the bank statement.
We gonna dispute that later. Don't worry about it. Dispute it.
Honestly, I thank God that when I'm normally in couple settings or group settings, I'm the bro friend, and I ain't really having I don't be tripping on my bill. I be tripping on my bill. You know what my diet and shit is. That shit don't really be coming up to nothing. But
y'all niggas gonna get me.
I don't need. But I never really. I seen that, but. I see why people don't like going on group trips and shit. Like, I'm blessed to be in a position to people that I travel with.
Me too. Shout out.
I never really have to worry about it. It's never.
Damn, have you ever traveled with anybody that didn't have it? It was just like,
no, I separate my friends.
I have. Because it was one time, it was damn, I don't want to say because people gonna be offended. But I've been.
What trip was this? This
was actually, it was a while ago. This was before.
What trip?
This was a cruise when there was like 50 of us.
Okay.
Not everybody in the 50 was the same financial levels. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, it ain't nothing disrespectful about it. It is shit. I wasn't rich as some of them niggas, and I wasn't poor as some of them niggas. It is what it is. Poor is a bad choice.
That's
of
why,
words,
like
but-
I said, that's why. Like, shout out to my god, bro. Shout out to my god, bro, man. When we kick it,
Is that the one who's celebrating the anniversary?
yeah,
Yeah, happy anniversary to bros. Yeah.
But you know, I kick it with my god, bro, all the time, and that's my. Once you get solid vacation partners,
Oh yeah.
it's hard to open up that window when y'all enjoy each other that much. But what we do, man, is to what we do when we go out, man, is. You know what I mean? If we Uber, you get this Uber, I get this Uber, you get this Uber. When we go outside, really, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, and anything else we get together, we split that shit down the middle.
That's
When we never really did the hotel thing, but we get Airbnbs, nigga, we get bottles,
Food, groceries,
we get bottles, noodles, bottles, noodles, and sodas. When you at the Airbnb, essentials.
Yeah.
And nigga, we be. That's the part. That's the part that gets you.
Getting key travel friends is a life
I never
hack.
take my broke friend.
No.
I would never take my broke. Now I'm here for money management. I am. Don't get me wrong, but I'll never take my broke or super frugal friends on a trip with me. No.
I would just so they can experience it because I'm all about people getting experiences of life because it open your eyes.
Nope.
Certain experiences will open your eyes. Like traveling has opened my eyes to a lot of things. So I want that for my less financially well-off friends. Even some of my financially well-off friends who don't like to travel, them the niggas I be on the most. Like, nigga, you got to pay to do it. But why, you know what I'm saying? Like, them the niggas I really have a problem with.
Yeah.
But if I had it, I would take I would take a lot of people on
So
trips.
how do you identify your broke friends?
Oh, you know.
Oh, that's.
Know.
I hate to say it because
You know.
a lot of my friends are well off, so I'm the broke friend, shit, and I'm okay. Like,
Mega fly. Mega fly.
I've come to realize I'm elite. Like, but that's a blessing to me that I do have the peer circle that I have. Like, it does make me an elitist. Because that's their life, so I don't feel like it makes me an elitist, but I do.
You live vicariously through your friends.
Nah, I don't say that because that comes off the tinge of jealousy. Like I said, I tell the shit that they accomplished that I'm jealous of, I let them know. Like, my partner went to goddamn see the Wakanda movie in South Africa. Jealous as fuck of that trip. It ain't too much, when them niggas went to Japan, they did some fly shit out there, and I was like, nah, goddamn it. Nah, yeah. But other than that, I ain't really, that's why I think that's why I think me and my friends, we 30-something years in, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of that jealousy shit. Like, nigga, your win is my win, my win is your win. Your L's is my L's, like, so that, yeah. But having good travel friends is a key life hack. Yeah. But
shout out, man.
Let's get, because we got a, guest coming.
Talk your shit.
Let's get to the biggest shit that happened in the city this weekend. Shit that I was looking forward to. I know we all was looking forward to. The Verzuz battle, No Limit and Cash Money. Who won? And yeah.
Well, the biggest winners that come out of it, in my opinion, was Juvie, Mia X, and Baby. Now, as far as the battle goes, if you don't count back that ass up because Cash Money got to play one song more, if you don't count that back that ass up, I have it a tie.
See, at a certain point, I stopped scoring it because, again, that was my youth right there. Like, that was my favorite era of music. That's when I actually really listened to hip hop all the time. So I was too busy celebrating to really score it. And I was too busy in the back of my mind thinking of hits that they didn't play. And then I got pissed that they cut the shit as short as they did.
Well, from my understanding, it was late. It was late.
To be expected.
And then, so probably for budget purposes. Yeah, cut that motherfucker short.
I get
motherfucking casinos and shit started hitting
makeup
you
they had to
crazy.
put on them motherfuckers. Shit, probably hard.
That's why Chris Brown shit was on time.
Yeah, a lot
When
of
they
the
started hitting you with them
fines.
Some of them was what, upwards to 2-3 million a minute?
Yeah, they get
Going up.
to the hundreds of thousands per minute, so niggas get to it real quick. Damn, our guest is pulling up now. But yeah, let's just finish it.
Man, they can insert themselves into the conversation.
I know, but the door locks, so somebody got.
Oh,
I got the door.
All right, just go unlock the door. Well, I'll tell them to come in. Just go unlock the door now. Or you'll hear when they knock. You ain't got to do it now. Let's just continue.
but I have time. If I'm going off of the song for song, performance and audience reaction.
Audience reaction pissed me off because this wasn't the right venue.
It was the right venue.
No,
Yes, it was.
That should have been held in New Orleans.
No, it should not.
Yeah, it should have.
Do you know why
it was kids in there?
But I
Around the same time as the band and all that shit.
No. I'm just talking about it was kids at Complex.
Great venue.
Yeah, the venue. I'm not mad at the venue at all. I'm just talking about it being in Vegas at Complex Con.
No, it was a great venue. It was a great time.
Explain to me why you say that.
Because I want to say allegedly, the reason they didn't, the reason they were like butting heads in New Orleans was because I want to say allegedly, I think it was Baby's brother might have killed somebody in Master P's family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit there's a reason why this is the first time you've
They've
seen
all
them.
we know behind the scenes tension that has been. If you're a fan of Cash, era.
If it's held somewhere like this, I mean somewhere in like
neutral
Orleans,
grounds,
I think it gives greater grounds for something to happen. Just because they on stage together does not necessarily mean
that they cool. As we can kind of see with some of the reactions, Birdman going, and let's just talk about things I didn't like. I understand why they didn't play Mystical's verses, or even some of them songs. I understand why they didn't because of what he's. But damn, if they would have dropped him, that would have swayed the decision a lot. Because just as big as I ain't gonna say Mystical was shit. Actually, Mystical and Juvie was neck and neck around that time.
You out your motherfucking mind.
Go back and look. Go back and look.
By 2001, Mystical was bigger than Juvenile.
Oh, very true. They were.
No.
They was neck and neck until.
No.
But I'm gonna let the people.
Now when Mystical,
when this clip come out, and I want you to call me just the way I admit it on air. I was wrong. I need the same thing.
When Mystical was dropping like the Unpredictables and shit like that, Juvie was bigger than him. This is when you talk about the 400 degrees.
And then it gets cold after that.
Yeah.
We act like Juvie.
That Project English was nice too.
It may have one or two songs. We got our guest in bit. We're going to get to that in a second.
Man, that shit was nice, brother. That shit was nice, man. That Project English was nice, man. Juvie, what's happening, baby?
What to do, King?
The King.
We gonna have to switch cameras.
How you doing, brother?
Shit. Yeah. But listen, Mystical was bigger than Juvie. Mystical got a better catalog than Juvie. Mystical has a better overall catalog than Juvenile.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying if you're going by when you talk about the unpredictables.
You know when you win on this, when you be catch me on years because you know I be high and I ain't got time to be remembering exact dates.
Because you're not taking in consideration that Mystical didn't blow up, commercial blow up until he was on Jive. Because I'm talking about he was on Jive. Then his No Limit years, he was on Jive, and then his No Limit years, he was like an artist, but he was like in the pack.
Yeah, he was
and then
a
when
member of the
went
tank.
back to exclusive Jive, when you talk about Let's Get Ready and Tarantula, you blowing Chewy out of the water.
I just think Cash Money was built. It was one album. Fuck, it was just Juvenile 400 Degrees was their best album other than that.
Bro.
It's spooky after 400 Degrees. Fuck. Lights Out. That got oh nah. I like the Hot Boys album. That Tuesdays and Thursdays and all that shit. What? Yeah. But they No Limit has a better catalog from 90 whatever to from 96 to 99. No Limit has a better catalog than Cash Money.
Okay.
Even my man broke it down for you when you reposted the clip on TikTok. He spoke that way better than I could because he's from New Orleans and he gave you a history lesson.
I didn't argue. The reason I respected my man's argument is because he came with the facts and he gave his opinion from
You love
being
arguing
there.
with facts.
I'm not. I
The key
didn't.
word in that sentence was
But
fact.
I didn't argue none of that. My thing was when we talk about No Limit and Cash Money. First of all, a lot of y'all like to include Mystical when he wasn't there yet. A lot of y'all like to include Mystical when he was there yet.
He didn't have no hits before he got on No Limit.
BG.
Oh,
He had
what the
Before,
fuck?
what hits did he have on Big Boy Records?
Big Truck.
No, Big Boy was what he was on before. Big Truck was his after No Limit.
So hold on.
Big Boy
okay.
was what he was on.
So
Big Boy
what
was
was-
bigger than No Limit and Cash Money at
So
one
what
point in
was-
New
so
Orleans.
what was Here I Go?
No Limit.
That wasn't No Limit.
Where was it, Jew?
That
What album
wasn't
was that
Here I
on?
Go.
What album was that on? If that wasn't on No Limit.
Man, introduce our guest.
What Big Boy? Because we still waiting on the other
hold
one.
on.
Well, we can still introduce this guest while
Yeah,
we're here.
we here, man. He in the jungle.
man.
He in the jungle now.
What's up, brother?
Shout out to
Man,
my brother
don't
King.
need no introduction,
He
man.
might. Well, you want to do it? Go ahead, do
Man,
it.
hey man, this brother right here don't need no introduction, man. He been a
As
part of
his
this city,
introduction.
man. Goddamn many moons, man, shaping and doing what he been doing out here, man. Y'all know him. Y'all see him around all the time. Y'all pull up to his events. Y'all patronize him very well, man. He one of them ones in the city, man. He Mr. Hakeem.
My God, I appreciate
Shout out
y'all
to the
having me,
press.
man.
Appreciate you,
Love and
man.
respect.
Feel
Nah,
me?
he's here to discuss because it's been coming up about Vegas culture and does Vegas have culture and all that.
Ooh.
We have another guest that's coming to speak on that. But
Ooh.
in the meantime, he's well versed enough to speak about this other shit till we get to that. So, but what was your opinion on the Verzuz?
You know what? I ain't watch it. And the reason I didn't watch it, I let all the hype die down first.
Okay,
And so I could really consume it and give my honest opinion.
okay,
You know what I mean? So I haven't checked it out. I seen clips.
Okay.
I really don't know why it wasn't in New Orleans. That didn't make sense to me.
Street
He,
shit, man.
I mean, I could understand that, but if Gucci and Jeezy can overcome they street shit,
It
and
wasn't in Atlanta.
they did that at Magic City.
Was it?
It was.
Yes, they did it at Magic. And,
Damn, I didn't think that
Magic's
was in
small
Atlanta.
as shit, so if they can come together and do that, them niggas could have came together in the fucking Superdome and did a concert. So I still would say they should have did that in New
Yeah.
Orleans. It would have had a bigger impact. It was just, I didn't like the crowd shots, and there was too many kids who I wouldn't expect to know these motherfucking songs.
Right.
Them niggas don't know what the fuck I'm about. That was 96. These niggas is 2000, baby. So I wouldn't. But that would be one of my biggest critiques.
That's like asking somebody from Vegas, you don't know, all you see is my dust. If you don't know I'm about it, that's like a state
I
anthem.
didn't know all you could see is my dust until y'all
But
niggas.
you-
And all and I was living here during that time.
shit. That's just who was from fucking the Dayton family. That's like me asking you about the Dayton family.
No, but
No, I'm
it's
saying
an age difference.
But
I'm saying because it was kids in that Complex Con. Complex Con is meant for a younger generation. They ain't really meant for No Limit Cash Money. That's for 40s. That's for the unks.
You also have to take into consideration that Tim and Swiss don't own it no more. So
That's true.
the sauce, I mean, the soul is kind of.
I forgot
Gone.
about
who
that.
took over that?
Yeah, I know they was up for
I know
sale.
they sold it though.
You got to stop selling our culture.
Absolutely.
We got to stop
Yeah,
selling
that's a
our
fact.
culture. But I'm trying to save that.
I mean, it was cleaner. You ain't had no issues. You ain't had no.
Well, with a 17-month hiatus, they should have cleaned that up. Even if it was just Tim and Switch, they should have cleaned up some of them technical
Yeah, but
issues
some
by
shit
now.
you just can't do. You know.
I'm kind of mad that they don't. We got to stop giving away our IP. Now this nigga out here making AI artists and shit.
Yeah,
but-
the cultural impact of it may be gone, but I think the bag, like they said, the bag is here to stay. You know what I mean? Like you see them like No Limit and them on the internet right now arguing about who was contractually supposed to be there and who wasn't.
And
you know what I mean?
Mercedes,
So-
I love you. Dexter Rhodes, finest. Detroit's finest. West Side's finest. Shut the fuck up.
she was there though. That's
Okay,
different.
but it was a time crunch. We didn't have time to give Mercedes verse, and Mac been gone. Mac been gone
Yeah,
20-something
but-
years. Mac need to get every chance he get to get out and perform. He catching
He
up on
had
most
the
time.
hardest shit on No Limit. He had some of the hardest
Shell Shock
albums
is
on
one of
there.
the top 5 No Limit albums to me ever. So
It
I,
says Swizz Beats and Timberland still own Verzuz.
tell him, Mike. Okay,
How much
yeah.
of it? I know they had sold
It
it.
said 100% they bought it from Thriller.
Triller.
Oh yeah, Triller did. Yeah, but I thought Triller took it over though.
That's what I thought. It was Swiss and Tim's property.
The man behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
it's still
just-
there.
Oh
Still
shit!
there.
Whatever. My bad. I stand corrected.
All right.
I would say, to
They
Jules' point,
distribute
man.
through
I
X.
think you can say I grew up to I'm About It, and then be like, why is these wash niggas on stage? You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I don't think we celebrate our culture enough. We don't say that when we see these Rolling Stone niggas at 60 years old on motherfucking Keith, whatever. From the
Master
Rolling
P was
Stones.
on stage with the full naked face.
You know what I talked about off air.
That is as big as Wash as it gets.
I don't, but I think they was naked face back then.
They always,
Yeah,
They
never had no
always
hair.
naked, and I just
That's
made,
fucking crazy,
Hey,
man.
I just had this realization an hour ago.
Like a mustache.
That's most New Orleans men.
Barely if
they
you get that.
mostly real
That's
close
crazy.
shave. They
Yeah.
keep their shit real close.
Even the
shaved.
nigga that just got popped in Atlanta that was on the run, he was close shaved. All of them
Close
prisoner
shaved,
niggas,
like
maybe
close
that's a culture
shaved.
thing down there. We back to the word culture. Maybe that's their thing down there.
But like I said,
And just like Philly is all beards. So, so we can't knock them for the naked face.
well, I say, okay, so musically, just watching it, like I said, song for song, performance, and audience reaction, I have it a tie. If you don't add Back That Ass Up, which is blasphemous in itself.
that was where that time
Oh, they
constraint
didn't-
came.
they
Because
Back
I
That
think
Ass
they
Up?
No.
started late. They started late. So they had to end early.
Like
They
they
had to crunch it. at
They
the
ain't
end.
really get to drop Snoop how they wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like he was rushed onto the stage. They didn't get to do. I know they would have did. I Miss My Homies. They didn't get to do that. That would have been a perfect song to end it off with, to get a tribute to all the fallen soldiers and all that. They didn't get to do that. Back That Ass Up was rushed. You know what I'm saying? That was so.
Yeah.
I didn't like the last 10 minutes of it. Honestly, I'll get to
Once
my,
Manny said we got 4 minutes
yeah.
left, it kind of just I had turned it off at that point, and then everybody was like, "Man, Snoop came on stage." I'm like, "Damn."
It did kind of, because I was in my goddamn living room going crazy. I'm in that bitch sweating. Like,
So
it was a full on concert for me.
So the side by side, right? So
I'm glad you pulled that up.
the first round was 400 Degrees, and No Limit did No Limit Soldiers.
400 degrees
first
can't be
round.
me.
For me, it went. I had 400 Degrees.
Okay.
Second round, Still Fly versus Break 'Em Off Something. I had Still Fly, but I wouldn't be wrong.
I
if
like that break 'em off something. Yeah.
And that's when it gets hard for me, because those are my
Yeah.
two favorite. Like,
But when the banter gave off. Cash Money was like toying with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the banter was, and that to me had something to.
the talk always helps in these verses, because
Yeah, and then so then Cash Money did Project Bitch, and then No Limit did Freak Hoes.
That's a wash.
Ooh, Freak Hoes, bro. I gotta go Freak Hoes.
I gotta go Free Coast because everybody was there to perform it.
At this point, I'm 3-1.
Okay, that's you.
No, wait, I'm 3-0. I'm sorry.
That-
This is the round that I gave to No Limit.
2-1
Rich
again.
niggas versus How You Do That.
Oh yeah,
I gave it No Limit.
easy.
Then you got Cash Money as an Army versus Bourbons and Lax.
Bourbons and Lax. Bourbons and Lax.
I'm not mad at it. I gave
And
No
love
Limit
Cash
that
Money
round.
as our- That's one of BG's.
Slow Motion, I Can Tell.
That's hard.
I can tell. I'm gonna go. I can tell.
The crowd was kind of like,
But that's
I
where
Can Tell, which was weird.
I can tell.
that's where the age come
I
in.
can tell.
Yeah.
That's where ageism come in.
And then Bling Bling, It Ain't My Fault.
It ain't my
Had
fault.
Mystical been there, that'd have made a
Bling
difference.
Bling. I had Bling Bling.
Had Mystical, because you only had Silk's version, and it was just Silk performing.
Yeah.
And we
That was charging to the. That was charging to the game.
To
I
be
mean, it
honest
was
with
on his album, but
To be honest with you, this is Juvie versus Master P, but
DX.
Set It Off versus Mr. Ice Cream Man.
Ooh, Mr. Ice Cream Man.
That's not. Yeah. I mean, that's a live track, but Set It Off though. I don't know. That's hard.
Mr. Ice
And,
Cream Man.
number-
set the tone.
number one
That's why I
Stunner.
didn't judge it. I was just too busy yelling and dancing and
Number
jumping
one
around.
Stunner versus Bout It.
About it.
Bout it.
And the way P dropped
About
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
And the way he dropped it. That's when it started picking up. That's
This
when I
is where Cash Money, in my opinion, started to. Because then they come back with Get Your Roll On.
I love
And
that
then Master
song.
P hit him would make him say,
Make him say,
Oh,
Yeah, you can't-
shit. Oh.
And this is the shocking one to me.
what?
I Need a Hot Girl versus Chopper Style.
Chopper style.
Chopper style.
Chopper
Chopper
style.
I need a hot girl.
No.
Fuck.
The audience went fucking
If
nuts.
everybody had been there,
I'm with
if I
you.
need a hot girl.
The audience went crazy.
Because Chopper style has become a cultural.
Yeah, it still go crazy.
Yeah, and then
club.
he was just reviral with that when the Saints was doing good. Like it's more recognizable to the class, the people that was there.
So by this time, this is when Manny comes out and say, we only got 4 minutes left. We just gonna do
We
Basically
just
a
running
verse
through some
beat.
shit. Yeah,
Mhm.
And then they dropped a Millie, which Wayne wasn't there.
that was terrible, and that was past
Why
the
wasn't he there?
jurisdiction. He was supposed to be at Dre's. He canceled on Dre's too. So
Well,
I don't know.
Wayne has always had a strict.
If not
ain't
everybody
all of
there,
us.
I'm not doing it.
I ain't doing it.
Oh, because Turk wasn't on there.
Yeah. And then they did the Millie They did a Millie without Wayne, and then No Limit was down for my niggas.
Give me down for
And
my
Snoop popped
niggas.
out.
And Snoop popped out.
Yeah.
And then he did back that ass up, and then that was the end of it. But if I'm just going off of this straight list right here, I had it at top. I had it watch.
Let me ask y'all this. What are y'all thoughts on them having this versus while GSU and JSU was here? Because now you take a lot of people away from that cultural event.
I
Both
get
of them
it.
are a cultural event. So what's your thoughts on
And
that?
having Grambling, a bunch of Louisiana niggas out here.
Right.
I said that to one of the homies. That would have made a difference
Yeah.
because it would have been more of that era of people in that culture who understand that music there. I don't know which was playing first.
I think the football game.
I think the football game was
way
playing.
out.
Well,
This
if the
is years
game
in
was
the
playing that this Verzuz shit probably came together last minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. Who knows how long the damn game been scheduled out?
But
Shit
do you
like-
think? See, I always think like, do you think they strategically did? Because I know the game was already set in stone. Do you
But
think
what
they
would be the why? Why keep them people from coming?
the same reason they divide us and everything else? I mean, maybe we could talk about that later on, but I just wanted to put that on your mind.
In my opinion, I think they did it on. In my opinion, they probably strategically did it on a Saturday to go against the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm just gonna speak on myself right now as a consumer, it's really not my ministry. I'm open about that, but as a consumer, and I've talked to people, when it comes to like HBCUs and shit, they don't care about nothing but the bands.
Absolutely.
So the game was kind of like
Secondary.
the game was weak. I ain't even gonna front. It was kind of weak.
It ended up being close.
It ended up being, but it was weak to start off.
Shout out to them.
Say who was there say it was like going to a high school.
Shout
game.
out to them
Yeah.
for like it being being able to even finagle getting into Allegiant.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, you got like I ain't never heard a motherfucker even bring up a college HBCU.
Think about
Outside
how
of
dope that
Dion.
would have been if they had had that at Allegiant.
What that's
After either the after party would have been that.
or if they'd have had the verses inside of Allegiance.
Yeah.
That's too big.
Boy.
That's 65. It's
But
hard to fill.
but on top of the people that you already
for
got
the game, they
there for the
wasn't gonna
game.
get more than even with how Allegiant runs for college games, even for UNLV. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the line that they had to wait in. They don't provide full staff for college games the way they do for the Raiders games. So that's why a lot of people was waiting in them long ass lines and all that shit. They don't prepare to have 65,000 people in there. They don't open up the top bowl.
Yeah.
So
We ain't gonna act like Chris Brown just wasn't there.
right, but they prepared for 65,000, just like for Raider games. But for UNLV games, they never open the top bowl.
Okay.
That's why I like my man Steve got Mr. Fries. He don't open up on UNLV games, or they might do it for select games because
Crazy.
they don't expect the crowd.
Where was he at? I didn't see him in there.
What
He got an actual.
yeah, it's in there. Don't get me lying, I haven't been there since
okay.
he's
I
been
didn't see
there
him
yet.
in there.
But it's there.
Yeah.
But I don't. He was there for the concert.
No, I'm
Definitely.
talking about like the actual building.
Yeah, it was in there
Okay.
for the concert. They was open for the concert. What I'm saying, but no, they was. I talked to him. It was open. But what I didn't like, back to my last critique of the verses, Birdman at the end.
No,
I hated it.
I loved it.
I hated
I think I
it.
seen that where he was saying he been the number one star.
Then,
and all
and
that.
just all that shit, and we still alive. To me, he looked like an NBA young boy groupie.
Hell no.
You Birdman. You
Certified.
had everybody in this industry running around with a rich
Certified.
gang chain. Your biggest chain last night, the number one stunner, the one who started this big chain shit, was an NBA young boy chain.
Yeah.
A chain
shows
another nigga put
It
on your
shows
neck.
the evolution of
Nah.
him. And regardless of how y'all feel about
How
me,
did you evolve back to an underboss?
it went to, regardless of how y'all feel about me, I'm continuing to evolve. I went from the Hot Boys, Juvie, BG, etc., to Wayne, Nicki, Tiger, Drake, etc., to now I got
You went
NBA
from
young
leading
boy.
a culture to
I got
following a
NBA
culture.
young boy. I got Jacquees who is hiding R&B.
I won't allow you.
And I got Blueface. He like the number one hip hop guy.
Nobody
now.
associates Jacquees with Cash Money.
Nobody.
And I love me some Queese, but nobody when they see
But that's
Queese thinks of Cash
but
Money.
that's why it goes to Birdman having his moment in stage and being like, I'm still that nigga.
That nigga shouted out NBA YoungBoy on 3 separate occasions in such a short verses. It was a 30. No,
it's like a collaboration.
We do business together. Air quote. They do business together. My nigga, you shouting out the gravy train at this
Boy, I
point.
don't give a fuck. How
That look like groupie. That's
We
groupie.
all seen the videos how them kids is going crazy. I'll be shouting that nigga out
Folks
too.
like Michael, man, around this motherfucker.
Y'all know
right
how
now.
I feel about it.
You
y'all.
gotta do what you gotta do.
That's sad. That look.
Shorty got that
he
Michael
looking-
energy.
Well,
So you say you got to do what you got to do, but would you say the same for Dame?
For who?
Jay-Z
Dang.
ain't NBA YoungBoy.
Dame just.
But you say you do what you got to do. They all say they accuse Dame of doing what he got to do to stay culturally relevant, to keep his name out there. That's what Birdman doing. If we didn't see Birdman running around with motherfucking NBA YoungBoy, we wouldn't know what the fuck Bird was doing.
That's the beautiful thing about business sometimes.
But
Sometimes you don't have to be that person.
He not slim.
But when I get my
He not slim.
but
He
when
always
I
want to be
get
in the
my
spotlight.
moment, Fly, when I get my moment, I'm going to tell you niggas that I'm still that nigga. There's nothing wrong with that.
You only that nigga now because of Young Boy.
That nigga.
He been quiet since the whole breakup with him and Wayne, and the whole what other artists have they developed? What artists have come out of Cash Money after the YMCMB shit?
But just because he's not
Jacquees?
just because he's not in the front does not mean
Even in the back,
He ain't been
pause.
working.
What have they come with? What has come out other than YMCMB on Cash Money? Please, as much as we love Jacquees, I don't think he's ever won anything but gold.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm saying as an R&B artist, he is a solid, very, very solid
Very.
R&B artist.
But he doesn't do
he
great
still
numbers.
got work. And then I still got face when he come out.
Jacquees cannot headline a arena
You're missing
tour.
the point.
That he still has artists? Yes, but he
Jacquees has a
fan base.
cult fan base.
I'm one of them. So I
That's
don't-
what you
there's-
that's
there's
what
no
you want
shit.
though.
But-
you want a cult fan base. You don't want to have to sit down and I have to budget my
But-
numbers. You know
We not putting
You know what's coming every
Jacquees
single
on
time.
a big. He not a major artist. Jacquees is a Brooklyn Bowl artist.
would you at this point would you rather
Although that's rude because he was just at Dre's. Let me take that back.
be Yeah, but them the
I
niggas
seen
that
him
That's
at
a day. That's a
them the
day
niggas
party
that be
shit.
eating though. Them the niggas that be eating.
No,
though.
you see me. That's why I hate talking in real time sometimes, nigga. I'll score one for you. Jacquees is bigger than what I just gave him credit for because he had. But no, Lloyd just was at Dre's too.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
just
it's
'cause you
Lloyd.
perform
Why
at
is
Dre's
Dre's
don't
the
sup-
standard? I feel like Dre's is trash.
Now
Ooh.
I feel like they've been trash. I mean, I feel like aesthetically, Dre's
We've
is
had
probably
this
the
debate,
best thing ever. But vibe-wise, trash.
that's the vibes come with the aesthetics.
Is that
That's
That's
why?
the
not true.
vibe walking in Dre's. Dre's air hit different. It's when you go into Dre's, you feel just coming from when niggas couldn't get in Dre's. You know how hard it was getting Dre's in the back point. It
Yeah.
felt like an accomplishment, especially as a local. It was an accomplishment to get in Dre's. And even now, you know you spending some paper when you go on a Dre's, so it's an accomplishment. So Dre's has always been a vibe. That's been the elitist vibe to me.
I don't think.
But
But
they
what do we
back to elitist.
what do we consider vibe though? Because they don't really play. They don't
don't-
really play the
Facts.
music.
Yeah,
the
they
vibes
do.
you want to hear.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely don't.
Then
It's
they made you dress
commercialized
up.
for sure.
Then they made
It
you dress
depends.
up.
Think about
That's
friends.
been
And,
over
think about
with.
friends and when he
Nigga,
was
when
at
you
OPM.
came with me, did you dress up? What you wear? And I told you.
I was in
I said
there.
those days is over.
Yeah, I was in there.
Okay. So
What about friends and when he was at OPM from in comparison to Draz? Which version of Friends do you like better?
Ooh,
OPM.
OP.
But why though?
Somebody at the
Because
door.
the intimacy
My
of
God.
OP, it
And
was
it wasn't
way-
commercialized
yeah,
though.
it was-
Like I feel like Draz is such a big company to where
different.
they want to cater to a certain demographic.
But
Ooh.
okay, they do. They want the out of town dollar.
But
Listen, it's been every dope boy's dream to go to Dre's.
That is
for sure.
sad.
Why? That's when you to come to
Really?
Vegas. Cause you coming to Vegas to spend it
I thought
anyway.
it-
That's the best place to spend it. That's where it's gonna
I
cost
thought
the
it used
most.
to be the 702. I thought every dope boy wanted to go ball in the 702
You
at
know how
one
long the
point.
702 been closed?
Shawty,
That's
I'm
you
just
talking about
saying.
20 years ago, bro.
But I'm just saying that's the
I hate
culture.
when you be
See
doing
now,
that
but we
shit.
talking culture though, bro. That's
we
a culture.
just now getting into the culture.
Cause it, nigga, cause the line, cause before the well, you know, I was always fucking with man. That's like going back to Frank. I can go back to Frank Hawkins. I can go back to you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy
So,
crack.
but you think people from out of town
but-
wanted to come and go to Frank Hawkins?
Man, I
I
think
think
a
if
lot
they
of
experienced it, like so COVID, how we got away with COVID was when we was at Sultan's Palace, a lot of people that came from out of town, never really experienced culture outside of Vegas.
I just had my partner tell me that last night.
So once they experience it, they're like, damn, I want to get more of that. Like, why haven't we been knowing about that?
That's if you want to get the local vibe. If you want to come to Vegas, you probably want to take something home who on some tourist type time as you going to Dre's.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to, niggas save up all their money to come to Vegas once a year. They come to spend that shit. They want to spend that shit on the bright lights.
Right.
They want to spend that shit with a fog or shooting out. They want to spend that shit with Meek Mill about to perform.
Yeah.
We not getting that at Sultan's, no disrespect. Sometimes they will slide through, but what they did come, once you get tired of that, once you get tired of the $15,000 tables, I've experienced this with my own friends.
Mm-hmm.
One night we went out to Dre's, $12,000 night. Sunday, we came to our house, $3,000 night. Now, which one did we have more fun at? The house. We had more fun at our house, but niggas it wasn't aspirational to come out here. Niggas wanted to come fuck it off at Dre's.
Yeah, for sure.
Niggas wanted to come blow that bands and the lights and the bottles and all that. And Gucci there.
Why they not gonna be there no more?
Oh, they tired of niggas.
No. What I'm saying is, in terms of business, right? You want repeat customers. How many times are you going to get that $12,000 a night if that's what you banking on, right? Then, Keem, I know you be outside. You a curator is
that's the word of the day. Huh?
That's the word of the day. In Fly right now, you in the midst of it. How do you create the vibes without bringing in the crowd that don't want to spend money?
How do you curate the vibe with what?
Without the crowd that
So
won't spend money.
okay, so when I'm listening to Fly, right, and I'm listening to Fly, and he's talking about how when people come to the club and they spending all this money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In my opinion, 90% of that is mask.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go in somewhere trying to act like somebody they're not,
For
right?
sure.
That's what you go on vacation to do.
But the majority of the time, for those that don't have and like to put on like they have, that's an attraction to them.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're getting the look, you're not making the money.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you have a place of establishment where you're setting the vibe, you want exclusive clientele, but you want the kind that spends money?
That's what Dre's been doing for the last however many years. It ain't like Dre's. This last fall off has been. I'm not behind the scenes, but that's just been recent. Dre's been thriving for a good decade. Thriving. They've been having issues filling that bitch up. My whole thing, well, I think they fell off is when they start having these same performers over and over again. How many times do you want me to see Big Sean? And how many times do you want me to see any of the, they've been having the same repeats for the last 3 years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my reason why. Y'all know I used to live in Dre's. I haven't, because there ain't been nobody there that I haven't seen. And how many times? So, but you get new tourists every day. What the fuck you mean? Vegas not built on repeat customers. That's a tourist attraction, just like the playground.
That's a tourist mindset.
Vegas is built on that. The Strip. Playground, for example. I've been to the playground shit. I would never go back again. It was something to do once.
But when people say Vegas has no culture, that's what they say.
I was saving the culture that we was talking about.
But you're talking like a tourist right now.
Yeah, that's a tourist attraction. Dre's is a tourist attraction. Wasn't nobody coming from out of town saying I want to go to our house. It wasn't known until they started seeing it on your stories and your people.
Two different conversations.
Right? Are we again? Break it down for me. What am I wrong?
We was just talking exclusively about Dre's, and it went into the culture.
I didn't mean to switch it to culture. If I did, that wasn't my. I was saying Dre's is a tourist attraction. Niggas wanted to come to Dre's from out of town. Right. That was marketed as part of Vegas. Nigga was Dre's. Right. It wasn't never art house. You know what I'm saying? Or so the local scene.
Dre's ain't never been for locals.
Not really, no.
But locals patronize that motherfucker.
Not.
But it ain't.
And the reason they did it is because of the celebrity status. I don't think outside of the celebrities, nobody would go to Dre's.
That's not true. I want a party where it's air conditioned. You know how many times I've been in our Sultans? Never no motherfucking air. Vibes is there, but no air. I want a party where it's a good background. It's great pictures at Dre's. Wasn't no great vibe, no background at fucking Sultans. Art House won because it was a great patio and a great light.
Right.
That's part of the vibes. The lights, nigga.
That's
That's
why I said
Vegas is sold
aesthetics.
on lights.
But that's
So
why I said aesthetics.
that's why, right? The aesthetics drew you in there. The artist drew you in there,
Yeah.
and just the status of being at Dre's drew you in there. Now, if we could ever make it to where coming to art house is a status, that's where the local culture would win.
I mean, I do think
Just
that
take it. I try to steer
I
it
do
back
think
to
art
culture.
house still had that. The aesthetics, but it had the value of people that wanted to go there. It was just a gumbo. It was a mixture of people. It was like gumbo. You know what I mean?
I always say art house and Juice, which used to be inside House of Blues on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
was a moment. And if you want to talk about strip club, Foxy's, the three things that if I could magically make life, if I could just eliminate all, I wouldn't even need to go on vacation. If I could just get those three things, I would love it here.
Right.
Because everything I would need would be here. Out of towners, like those are perfect mixed melting pots. You got your locals, you got your out of town trap boys, you got your occasional celebrities that will slide through, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's an A-list or a Z, you know what I'm saying? It was celebrities of all levels that would slide through that motherfucker.
Right.
From motherfucking Shaq to give you a Rotimi or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Just of all caliber. Those were moments in time that, you know what I'm saying, now we just sit back and reminisce about.
Yeah.
Like we talk nostalgic about. Like, or if you want to go further, what you said earlier, the club that I didn't heard of. Or you want to go before I even thought about coming to Vegas, the 7 Seas and all that other shit. Like
Yeah.
those are moments in time.
It's the tavern.
All right, let's reset this so we get
All
to
right.
the conversation.
Do we need to? We can just keep rolling. I bet. Well, you know, my man Ivan kind of sparked a little controversy. Oh, you want to do an introduction? Yeah. Y'all seen Ivan, man. Y'all, you know,
Ain't nobody.
my guy, Mr. TMZ himself. You know what I'm saying? Tank's #1 fan.
Absolutely. All those things.
My nigga Ivan, member of Views of the 7. My nigga Ivan in the building, and he sparked a bit of controversy. I wouldn't say sparked. He just elevated the conversation
Yeah.
about Vegas. Go ahead, you say it. Shit, I don't
Well,
want to
shout out to
misquote you.
Skinny Luther. You know what I'm saying?
Skinny Luther King.
I had seen Skinny Luther had said something about it first. And
I hate
then-
when you. I'm gonna turn the air on. It's hot. Hold on. Go
I
ahead.
know you.
Provide that Dre's experience.
Yeah, you know. Listen, I know. Well, I'm sitting there talking shit. I got you. Give me 2 minutes. We'll be back on. Keep it going. You see, you see me beating up. Yeah. Just trying not to break the towel out this week, but we good. All right.
Yeah, I had seen Skinny Luther had said some days ago.
Oh, nigga, Skinny Luther. Now I realize who you talking about. You going to hell. I hate you.
Shout out to bro.
I
And
thought just
then,
call him Skinny Luther King. Nah, you
Nah.
ain't shit.
Shout out to bro. Y'all stupid. But yeah, I had seen him say something about it like days ago, and I had randomly hopped on Facebook. Man, I had seen Ivan. We know it as quote tweets. I don't know what you want to call it on Facebook, but I had seen
Repost.
Ivan basically reposted, and it kind of just went like super crazy about culture in Vegas.
Mhm.
And it's always been a tricky conversation when it comes to that. But I seen you two brothers having a lot of say in the conversation, and so this is where the root of this is at. So, Fly, you wanna?
We just wanted to extend the conversation on the lack or lack thereof of Vegas culture. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody here is born and raised other than myself.
Yeah.
And I know Keem is, shout out to Mike. I know Keem has spent some time down in the South, and you know, you got a different perspective. You got a, eye-opening perspective that way. And just want to continue the conversation. So I don't know if y'all want to take it over or y'all, fuck it. I'll just ask a question. Does Vegas have culture? And what is Vegas culture?
I mean, I feel like Vegas has a lot of culture. I mean, of course, with it starting with the historic West Side, of course, back before our times. But, when I listen to stories of, my mom and pops talking about, Jackson Street and, what all those things brought to the city, that was the era, the Moulin Rouge, when Sammy Davis Jr. playing with the Rat Pack, he can't stay on the Strip. He got to come back, to where his people live. So that's, on the West Side. And then if you just keep going on from that, I look at our era, which was like the Unity Fest era. And it's like, yeah, I know it's based around dancing and all that, fraternities and all that, but that was our culture for that time. And I feel like that bred so many things that came out of the North and the West, just from, youth organizations. I just feel like we don't embrace the things that we have in the city.
And I think that's why I've had that conversation with both of you brothers off mic. Like, he was hipping me to the African American Museum out here that
On the west side.
I don't know. Have you been to it?
The African American
Museum that y'all got on the west side?
You talk the Harrison House? Is that what you're talking about?
Is it on Jackson?
That might be it.
I've been to the Harrison House before.
And even I know me and you
No.
was-
It's on the same. I think it's on the
On
same
Owens?
street as Harrison House. It's like Owens and Jackson.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right on the corner.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're having this debate about it is part of why people say Vegas doesn't have culture, because you can't go to Detroit and not know about the Charles H. Wright African American Museum of History. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to certain places, can't go to DC and not know about their museum.
Yeah,
So
but that
I see, but I,
is a museum. Does that?
no,
is
that's
that,
a
does
part
that
of
equate to
a part
culture?
of a part of. Now, let me go ahead and state my stance on it, because I used to always be one of those ones saying Vegas don't have no culture. But then I watched the documentary, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I just sent it to you the other day. It's about the history of the West Side.
Right.
That opened my eyes to the fact that I'm from a city that's, I think we just celebrated our 700th birthday. Vegas is a teenager in comparison to where I'm from. So
For sure.
whatever you deem culture to be, because we're going to get to that debate, because I know how he feels about that, we've had a longer time to establish that culture and
Right.
dig roots into it. So that made me far less judgmental of Vegas. And then it made me start to embrace the changes that I have seen in my 20 whatever years that I've been here. So I've kind of removed myself from, I understand why people say they don't have it coming from an outside city. I understand why you can say Vegas don't have culture. But then knowing the ins and outs of the city, the little bit that I've learned in the years, I can see where y'all have the retort of, nigga, we do got culture.
Okay. Well, where do you mean you can understand?
That Vegas, the shit that I've been saying, how gambling is a part of Vegas culture.
It's not.
Gambling is
It's not.
Why would you say it's not?
It's not.
It's just as ingrained as the
For
city.
me, in my opinion,
Well, your opinion of
the
culture.
the
Go
strip
ahead.
takes away from Vegas culture.
Expound.
That is not, for somebody that was born and raised here, the commercialization of the strip and the things you see on the strip does not represent us. That's an attraction. That to me that has nothing to do with
That's
the
like
culture of
saying
Vegas.
cars not a culture of Detroit, a part of the culture of Detroit. We're built off of cars. We're built off. We're the motor city.
That's an industry.
That's Vegas's main industry.
So are we saying economic? Because it seemed like we talking about
But that's
economics.
that's
or
why I
is that-
said that's a part of it. That's why I didn't want to just.
Yeah.
Vegas culture is not just. That was probably a bad example to lead off
Terrible example.
with. Because I know, nigga, because I know how you feel. We've had this conversation. That's why I say we wasted a lot of our good pod on the phone. But give me an example of what you would say is Vegas culture.
Me?
Yes, as a local.
I actually do think the strip, not the strip in and of itself, right? But the strip was the thing that brought the migration of people from the South to here.
Midwest also.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Across the country, let's just say that.
We'll say that. My grandmother was a maid when she got here. My mom was a maid. So like the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, as far as like what I do in my home, I learned those things from my grandmother, who learned them on the strip. A lot of when we talk about different traditions that we have in the city and how we see the city change, there's just certain things in Vegas we aren't used to doing that we're now seeing. Paying for parking, having to go to the casino and play. That would be a thing when you talk about because to me culture is tradition. I know people who would just go take $20 and go sit at the casino on a Friday night and just pay penny
slots.
Pay penny slots and just drink free all night. That was
Right.
just something that people did. For me growing up, that was what my dad would do. He would take me to the arcade. I learned how to drive playing video games at the arcade because that was our quality time. It was just me and him. He'd go play slots. He'd give me $10 worth of quarters, and I'd sit in the arcade all night. So for me, not necessarily the strip in and of itself, but like that's part of the culture for me as a local.
And I've heard that said
I
before.
think the strip plays a part, but it's not.
Economically,
It's not
we need
economically. It's not a. But they take. I feel like they take our type of culture. So when you talk about entertainment, music, food, and they put it in the hotels to try to drive us to come out there.
Container Park was supposed to be a West Side project. That derived from I forgot what the actual committee is called, but the West Side has a committee. Container Park was supposed to be
On the west?
yes, and they took it and moved it downtown.
You think it would have drew the
Economically,
same?
it was as somebody that was born and raised here. Economically, it's hard to find somebody that was actually born and raised here that mom or grandpa was not a maid.
Facts.
That
didn't work in that industry.
That didn't work in that industry. It brought economically, yes, but from a cultural impact, no.
See, here's what I would say I picked up from the strip Vegas culture. Tipping. I wasn't as big as tipper till I came out here. That's part of Vegas culture is tipping. You know what I'm saying? Like greasing hands, shaking.
You keep going back to
a part. You skip what part of a part did you not hear? That is a part. That's something that I learned from being in Vegas.
I'm talking to a tourist right now. It's all good though.
And I said I'm speaking from a nigga who's not born and raised perspective, from an outside looking in. Yes, that's what I've gained. That's a part of Vegas culture that I picked up.
Tourist
Tipping
cake.
culture. I've never not denied. 313 will be in my name on my forever. So you saying that okay. And that's what I'm trying to give it's hard to have 5 motherfuckers up here all from the same perspective. Like I'm trying to give an outside look.
I'm just the things that you saying are just not culture.
It's not even giving what they say. It's not giving curiosity.
Man,
it's like
Scoops is culture. Larry Sight and Sound is culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doolittle is
Y'all
culture.
know that, but
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
coming from outside looking in, you got to go seek out Sight and Sound. You got to go travel to go see that. That's not obvious in your face. The historic West Side is
face.
The historic West Side is not celebrated. As we said, I've told both y'all niggas, I would love for the Harrison House to be a fucking tourist attraction, so people can come and learn more about that. I never knew of the Harrison House.
But it's so many people in Vegas that don't know about it though. That's the crazy part. We don't go out and seek or cherish our own culture. But if you look at it, I was just thinking about this on the way. Right, exactly.
We the only city that love everybody else shit.
I was thinking about this on the way over here. When you drive through the West Side, it's about 20 to 25 different churches, bro. And so when I think about
that used to be something else.
I think about the migration from the people from Mississippi to Louisiana with all their different ideologies. Because my thing is, why didn't everybody pool together their money and get a bigger church? You know what I mean? But everybody had their own ideologies.
And shit, yeah.
And so then I break that down to the people. Like, now what are you teaching your kids? You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm first generation, you know what I mean, out of my family. You know, so I feel like that's where culture starts at. Like with me and now my son and then his kids. Like I feel like he's gonna be able to experience it much more than I am, because now with sports. Like when I was living in Houston, bro, sports was everything. Like even when
in the South period, sports is.
I looked at like the Houston Oilers. For example, the Raiders came here. Everybody like, man, I'm not messing with Raiders unless you was a Raiders fan already.
Right.
I don't care if the Raiders here. This is not my team. The Houston Oilers was in Houston first. Then they migrated to Tennessee. Then they brought in the Houston Texans. And I seen the same energy that they have for the Oilers.
For the Texans.
So it's like, we got to start getting on the same page with each other. Even if, like, white folks, they get together on a lie. They'll come together on a lie and just stand by, just like with the Trump situation. You know what I mean? Like, we got to start having some of those type of similarities if we want to maintain our culture out here for sure.
Why, from you, let me not answer.
I'm not even...
From a local's perspective, why do you think people say Vegas has no culture?
I think they say Vegas has no culture because they confuse that with things to do. I don't even think it has nothing to do with the culture. They feel like they don't have things to do like other cities.
And culture, like jumping off of his point, man, culture is something you find. It is not nothing you do. You find it. You have to find it. And if you're going off of, if we going off of time and sheer numbers, culture evolves.
For sure.
When we talk about black people, our community, the black community, right? So much of our culture is derived from slavery.
For sure.
Black only. When you think of when people say black culture, in my opinion, they're talking specifically black only, right? Well, black only ended when we got segregation.
Right.
So of course, as time goes on, it's going to start evolving into something else. The South is different. Why? Because so much of all of the South was ingrained in slavery. It's so ingrained that it's hard for people to not for it to, it's so ingrained that it's going to take a long time for that history to
Wash yourself out.
wash itself out of that. Everything out there is derived from slavery when you think of it. And yeah, you're going to have a super black only things out there because
But then, damn,
that's where the fucking
half of
crater is
Vegas.
at.
Well, shit, if we say that, then it's like half of Vegas, they peoples migrated from there. Cause my granny from Lucy. So
Yeah.
and then, but my mom them, they from here. My dad from Fort Worth. His people from
Point,
you know what I'm saying?
At one point, that you're talking about 20, 30 years ago though. Like now, if you look at the population of Vegas, it's 3.1 million. When we graduated from high school, it was 500,000. Where do you think we got 2.6 million people from? They came from California. They came from California. So now you're talking about a mix of the South and a completely different state, a state that don't really fuck with us either.
So you can say, I think you can say, now the argument in my opinion is, you could say Vegas doesn't have, because we are a transient city, you could say Vegas doesn't have a lot of still thriving black culture. You go to the South, we're not gonna have a bunch of HBCU games, a bunch of all the cheerleading, the rodeos and shit like that. You can argue and say we don't have a lot of black culture.
Well, I think that's mostly what people mean. Well, I think that's what
but we're a transient city. Oh, I gave you the example. What culture does Chicago have?
I told you, gang culture.
That's black.
Shit, damn.
No.
When you think
That
of
started
Chicago,
before the blacks.
when you think of Chicago, what culture?
I mean,
like
jazz, they have a great strong jazz culture. They have they was deep in the theater. They call that the second city.
Yeah, I mean,
They have a great theater culture.
Is that exclusively black?
They have a great black theater culture. Yes,
no, I ain't gonna say.
they do. If you enter that world, they have a thriving black theater culture.
This is my issue, and this is the point I was making on Facebook. All the other shit was just outside noise. Based on what I was saying. What I was saying was the thing that Vegas lacks the most are people who are willing to build the culture. Culture comes from tradition. Traditions are built. So for motherfuckers that they go to Houston or they go to Atlanta or they go to wherever and they see it, they say, well, we don't have this thing, so we don't have culture. But motherfucker, why are you not interested in building it? I think the thing that infuriates me the most is people that are not from Vegas see more value in Vegas than the people that are from here. People that aren't from Vegas, this is a fucking gold mine. So why does everybody else see it but us?
Big ass gold mine.
This is a fucking
And when I
gold
said
mine.
that about people coming from the outside looking at Vegas as a suite, I got attacked for that. But that's basically what I was saying. But he said it more polished than what I said it. Yeah. People look at that. People look at Vegas like that. I just didn't say the way you said it was way more eloquent than what the fuck I said.
Everybody sees the value.
Hospitality. It's too much hospitality. This is
That's
a
a part of Vegas
hospitality
culture,
place.
too.
So motherfuckers feel like we should always be rolling out great hospitality. Now when motherfucking Vegas person speak highly on the city and feel like this and say what he need to say, then it's a motherfucking problem. Now you being too boisterous about your city. It's too much. You can't speak good on Vegas without motherfucking wanting to down talking and say something bad about it. And you ain't even gotta be from here. Yo, people ain't even from this motherfucker. And it always the outside motherfuckers that got something to say about the city. And sometimes it be the motherfuckers that's in the city, who curated this shit, who helped put this shit together as far as gang culture, far as we had fucking We Rise Youth Committee, Martin Luther King Committee. We had hella motherfucking shit. The projects had committees inside them motherfuckers. What they do? They tore that down. You're not gonna ever be able to get all of Vegas culture because they build over it. We the city that build on top of shit. Once it's played out, we knock that shit down and we build it over.
I think the worst people that add to this conversations are the ones that used to live here that moved.
Yes, wholeheartedly.
And I feel like so many of them become culture shocked because they do see so much black that all of a sudden where they were born and raised has no culture because of it.
Shit.
But they don't take in the history of the why.
Right.
Why is their culture so enriched out there? Where does it derive from? Where did it come from? Who's making money off of it?
Right.
If we're being honest with you. And I think those are the ones that really, really bring negativity to the city. Because now people are living through them because they used to live here.
So when you say, I want to word this right.
For a black person that used to live here to move to Houston, I would know it's a culture shock.
Okay.
For sure.
But sometimes it's like you can, what they say, like when black men start dating white women and shit, we don't care about you moving to Houston, but you ain't got to shit on your city because you moved to Houston and all of a sudden you got a culture shock.
Or maybe you could just find representation in places that you never found in Vegas. I can understand not shitting on it, but you could see, like we talk about aspirational. You can go to Atlanta and see a black mayor and see 25 black mayors. You might have went to school with that black mayor.
We just had an opportunity to elect a black mayor in North Las
and we
Vegas.
didn't do
in
it.
North Las Vegas. Now,
Now, the West Side is technically North Las
North Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Right? So
I didn't know that.
So the mayor that y'all was looking for, we just had the opportunity to put, and he's from the city. And what y'all do?
Born
y'all
and
set your
raised.
asses at
Born
home.
and raised.
I didn't have the opportunity
Obviously-
to vote.
Born and
So obviously
raised.
having a black mayor don't mean that
They
much
don't
to
care. They don't
We
care.
can
But see, when you're
educated though.
raised to not care, like, nigga, I hate the fact that it's only been one white mayor in Michigan in my life that we've had in Detroit. And they getting that nigga up out of there quickly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that fact. Like, nigga, I like that I can raise my child if I had a child to say, hey, you can be that, because look at him. Look at this person. When people come from outside, I can see why they say that. Like, although it is black people that aspire to you, it's not as in your face, you know what I'm saying? Like, black culture is not in your face like that in
You
Vegas.
just said it
That's
though. It's the
correct.
lack of education. So without education, you can't build or expound upon culture, in my opinion. I didn't see my first black teacher probably till high school, and I didn't really understand the power of a black teacher until I went to college in my master's program. I didn't really understand, like, if I would have seen a black teacher when I was in elementary school all the way up, how much more culture or how much more would I value
But see,
culture?
the cult.
But just even with representation, one, like, shit, you know, my father died early, so one of the men that kind of helped shape me was a black teacher, my nigga Mr. Bolger, because he went from my middle school to my high school. I probably wouldn't have had the influence that I got from him. He instilled a sense of black pride into me that I probably would have never got had I went to school out here and not had a black teacher. So when people say no culture, I think they go to the fact that, like I told y'all, it sucks coming out here being the only white person in the class. I mean, only black person in the class. And true, I went to where I went to school, but that's a culture shock. And then that make you kind of resent, like, damn, you know, it's like, Vegas ain't got no culture, but then like you have to search it.
It's
You know, I've come to realize that, but it's a lot of those schools out
the
here.
people that built the culture in this city and try to help build the culture in this city, they tore them motherfuckers down. They tore the weeklies down. They hated on the Bombays. They hated on the Hawkinses. They hate a lot of motherfuckers, the gas, they hate a lot of people that tried to build this community up, bro. The people in the community tore their ass down.
I'm gonna keep it real though. To go to piggyback, and I ain't even gonna say no names, but some of them people that you said sabotage the culture for their own gain too. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. But we don't look at Kwame Kilpatrick.
Right.
I mean,
That's true.
Kilpatrick didn't sacrifice his culture. What he did is what white people have been doing in politics forever, putting their own people in power and keeping that dollar within their community. He ain't do nothing but what
see,
the
we
white
don't do
boys
that.
ain't did
We
forever.
don't
He ain't
do
did
that.
shit but what my man
A lot
who
of
owned the
people that get in
Cavs
power
did.
here
That.
keep it for
All them
themselves.
contracts, how downtown Detroit is so beautiful, all that shit got started with Kwame, except he had niggas in position to do all that. He was like, man, we'd have been too powerful if they'd let that young nigga put all these other niggas in position. That's why they sent that nigga up for 28 years.
Didn't the politician who named Ron with Harlow, didn't he try to do something similar?
I don't know nothing about that.
From my
Sat him down.
I'm not a politician.
I don't know nothing
I'm not a
about
political dude.
Sat
so
him down.
From my understanding of the situation, Harlow
Sat him down.
was attempting to do something similar about as far as putting black people in position.
business. I mean, we gotta start having our own agendas too, though. So like when you got people in city council and all these different things, we need to have our own agenda for our culture, and that doesn't need to just stop at people that's in politics. From every level, whether you're an entrepreneur, a person that work a 9 to 5, the streets, I think we all need to come together and see what is that vision that we have for the city, and I feel like that's how we're gonna start appreciating more culture. But a lot of the times they get in these seats and it's all about the money. Wherever they're getting the money from, they're gonna pocket, they'll put a little bit back into the community. But for the most part, it's all about them.
I ask this: can we have culture without letting outsiders in? Can you, like you just said, the people that, you know what I'm saying, that need to come together, if they city, can we have that without letting outsiders in?
No.
But
I think we could, but
think so.
it would take for people that not have egos. Because a lot of people, from what I've experienced, it seemed like a lot of people want to be the first person to do whatever. I feel like that's where you lose at. Like when you look at like Nelly, and I'm just the entertainment business, but Nelly had to kick down the door for the St. Lunatics, and then people had more exposure on St. Louis. Like I feel like Vegas has had so many artists that had the opportunity to go out, but we never supported because of maybe their gang affiliations or whatever the case may be. We really had that crab in the bucket mentality bad out here though. You know what I mean?
More to me, for me, in that conversation you're having right now, it's more so about not valuing our own as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because you always hear the conversation of you have to go somewhere else as a Vegas artist. You have to go somewhere else to get hot. Motherfuckers in California don't feel that way. Niggas that are hot in the Bay are hot in the Bay first. Then they go everywhere else. Niggas that are hot in LA get hot in LA. Niggas that are hot in Atlanta get hot in Atlanta. And then they go elsewhere and get hot everywhere else. Vegas, to me, we're the only city that I know of that we have
because it's not the same. Because when you say LA, man, we just talk California in this whole. Because you got the Bay, then you got, you know what I'm saying, fucking Fresno, Modesto, Visalia. You got all those sales that, you know what I'm saying, huh?
I never even heard of Visalia.
In Fresno, it's just so many sleeper sales in California where it's easier for most of those artists to get their shit off because all they got to do is get on the highway and drive. Now, if you a Vegas artist and you like, shit, I'm trying to hit the chitlin circuit and be down there, it's gonna be harder for you because you not adapted to that type of, you know what I'm saying, dealing as far as with the gang culture, as far as the politics that you're gonna have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, just going up and down through that motherfucker. So I
mean, I think the city don't give you no avenues as far as being an entertainment person out here to really, you know, maximize your potential anyway.
They tear that shit down.
But then when you look at like people like what's old boy who used to play on the Tyler Perry films, Lance Gross.
Lance, people don't even know he from here.
But he don't represent it. So it'd be like,
and fuck him because he ran into me with
But
a
I'm
bill card.
Damn, dude, do we do every? But I'm saying it's a lot of people from the city that don't really rep the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
It's a lot
Why?
of people. And it's a lot. And it's a lot. And it's a lot of athletes that made it out of Las Vegas that don't even care to give back to the city
for sure,
or have camps, clinics, none of that shit.
Why do you think that?
I'm saying, man,
fuck them.
But why is that? Why? Because I
I don't know that.
I know where I'm from. It's Detroit versus everybody. We have a cultural pride that, you know what I'm saying, we love our shit. You all know me personally.
We don't love it. Everybody else love. Like when I went to school in Houston, bro, I got so much love just being from Vegas,
bro.
They took care of me, like they put me under their arm, and whatever I needed, they was on that.
But you know, because Vegas is a gold destination. Like worldwide, you say Vegas, people's eyes light up.
But why we don't see that? Why we don't see gold within ourselves?
See, I don't like to brag, but I gotta stop it.
Come on.
I don't really like to brag, but I gotta stop this. Being from somewhere from born and raised, I started something that was grassroots. I started something with three other brothers, and it evolved into something that we wouldn't even thought it was going to be. Never had a sponsorship. We didn't have nobody to big us up. We didn't have any of that. We grew something to where you put that name on a flyer, no less than 200 people was entering a building by ourselves. So all this other talk, I understand it, I get it. But to me, that's an exception. Those are a bunch of exceptions to the rules. I think people from the city can do things, and they have done things. In my opinion, the problem is the infighting. That don't just stop with the act itself. It's everything around it. It's a bunch of infighting. But I'm also tapped in to know this just don't happen in Vegas. And I think part of the reason that you do see a lot of artists leave, to your point, Ju, is that there are certain people, rappers too, that get big enough or have enough motion where
They can leave.
there's threats to their lives. They gotta go. You know what I mean? We know a lot of people, a lot of artists that have succumbed to the, you know, to where they from. Succumb to in where they from.
And see,
More than enough.
And I'm glad you said that, because I want to ask you this. You being in the nightlife, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Party, you know what I'm saying? And going through the ups and the downs of keeping building. Have you ever just thought about just taking your act on the road and going somewhere else?
I thought about it, but Vegas means so much to me. Like when I was living in Houston, I really seen how everybody supported each other. Like from your artist to somebody that had clothes to whatever business was going on, I seen the support. And the first thing I thought about was like, man, I want to bring that to my city. You know what I mean? So yes, I do think about that, but I also think about the next generation that come. I want to be able to kick down the doors for them, so they don't have to go through the certain things that we go through. But that starts with ownership.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, sir.
First of all, since we all in this room, I want to personally apologize to you.
Oh, we all good.
No. Just whatever you felt like I said.
Just tied me into that bullshit.
No. because I want people to understand, and you also, since we face to face right now, that a lot of what I do in here is just on a joking manner, man.
Absolutely.
I never want to downgrade anybody, and I never want to anybody to feel like I'm stomping on any type of emotion that they have. And that's not to say you felt that way. I'm just, you know what I mean, based upon the jokes I threw out there.
Yeah.
Apologize to the Asian girls too.
Well, I wasn't.
Okay, just skip that. Don't worry about that.
I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. And like I tell these, these brothers all the time. I'm in a different age group.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you.
He's not that much younger. I hate when you do that.
I didn't know you personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something was, things was just brought to me, and when the lights turn on, it's go time. That's kind of how it was. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding the impact that can have on anybody.
Yeah.
I just had to get that out there for my conscience, right?
Yeah. We all good.
Personally, I want to ask you, knowing what you've done for the city and for our community in general, I'm just keeping it on our community, knowing what you and your crew have done, on a personal level, how does it feel to know y'all not on that level no more?
I was gonna say that for a fly conversation, but I like where you going right now, my nigga.
I think that's actually
I'm not even talking about like what you guys are, whatever you guys are going through. Y'all are men. I'm pretty sure that'll be handled. Whatever y'all, hopefully y'all straight. I'm just saying from an impact standpoint, your crew, everybody was going to see and kick it with y'all every Sunday. How does it feel to know you had that type of impact and it not be here anymore?
It was devastating, to keep it real. Just knowing what we built in the city. I still look at those guys like I want to see them succeed. Still look at them as brothers. You know what I mean? So it took me a while to figure out really how I felt. And after doing soul searching, with God, it's more so about what's the next journey. Like he brought me to that level to do what I did, and I loved every moment of it. But for me, it's like, what do I do next? You know what I mean? It's like you appreciate it, but I can't harp on it because we all got different ways that we're trying to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so all I can do is focus on what's next for me. What does that look like? But yeah, it was definitely an unfortunate situation, and I would love just to show the younger people, because my main thing was like, I feel like these type of conflicts happen all the time within our community. And when I sat down with my brother Mizzy, I told him like, bro, we need to at least be able to show people that we could have a disagreement and we don't have to do business, but that don't mean that we still can't have love for each other though. You know what I mean? And so just the way I talk when I'm out, because people always ask me those different questions, I would never throw any of the personal information out, and just letting them know, like, what we did was magical. Whatever he does next, that's gonna be his next journey, and that's his next chapter. And that's whatever I got going on is my next chapter as well. But it was definitely a memorable moment for sure.
But speaking of that, like, that was a big cultural moment for those. Something like, I've met people that I probably would have never been in a room with if it wasn't for those events.
Yeah.
I've done business with people I probably would have never met if it wasn't for those events. How do you feel about the void that's in the market now? You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing to kind of compare to that. You know what I'm saying? You have people of all levels in that motherfucker. From your top businessman to your top dope boy to your top pimp to your top whatever.
Right.
And whatever intersection in life you was, you had somebody that you can link with and network with. How do you feel knowing that void is there now?
I mean, you never want to see a void in any space that you're in, but now I get to sit back and look at what's my next opportunity to build off of that. What can I create next? So I can get more people to come together and connect. You know what I mean? But I also had to stop worrying about everybody's feelings too, though, because that takes a lot of energy to bring people together and to do certain things. Like, people don't understand. They look at the partying side. That's cool, but that's just half of what goes on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So I really feel like I needed this time for my mental, you know what I mean? And to really see the importance of what I really have in front of me. You know, valuing my wife. Now, ended up getting married, valuing my wife.
Congratulations.
You know, my son, thank y'all.
Yeah.
My son seeing me taking the importance of home first and then building outside of that. You know what I mean? So it's just my perspectives and my positions have changed. But again, I wanted to take this time to realign with what I'm really trying to do and take this to the next level.
How did it feel the first time you heard someone mention your crew in past tense?
I think with everything that was going on, I was in a space of being mad first. You know what I mean? Just because when you build something that was so special, those were years, and I feel like years of my life is gone now at that point. So of course I was upset for a while, you know what I mean? But as time went on, it made me see how much I was valued. Maybe I didn't see that. People would tell me what I meant to the culture, but when you have a place to really be quiet and silent, and people are still, you know, man, I miss what was going on. I miss this, I miss that. I'm like, damn, it was really, really impactful.
Let's talk 702 Day real quick.
That's a big piece of I was going to bring that up.
The biggest, you know what I'm saying, contribution besides, you know what I'm saying, renovating the houses and, you know what I'm saying, bringing that to the game. The 702 Day. Why can't the city come together to do this annually?
I think based off of the first time we had 702 Day, I ain't gonna say I got death threats, but I got so many people that was upset that me and Ashley did it and they weren't included.
Shout out to Cash.
And yeah, Cash, I miss Cash. You know, Cash was special for sure. I think it goes back to everyone wanting to be included. And I'm okay with that because Vegas 702 just ain't me.
Yes.
But my thing is have that communication. If you want to be down, I didn't make $1 from 702 Day. You know what I mean? I did it just to highlight what was going on in the city.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, let's get together.
But you know what? Even that, like for, again, a tourist, as you know, like I learned a lot. That was my first time in Doolittle. And like I had a certain perception of Doolittle. My shit was changed when I went in there. This shit wasn't what I had.
What was the perception?
Oh, I thought that shit was trash.
Beds in here?
No, I just thought that shit was trash. I just thought the rims was gonna be all lean, and I just didn't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, cause I look at my community center that I went to as a kid. That shit all ran down now.
That shit.
And it's not that many. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
It's not that many of them out here. Like, okay, the one I went to, all right, it ain't shit, but this one's 7 minutes down the street. It's great. So when I'm thinking of Doolittle, but then again, I have to remember that shit ain't as old as my old childhood recreational center.
Exactly.
So again, that's where my bias and I kind of lost a lot of that. But it was impactful for me you know, I used to hit you. I don't spend that much time on the West.
Yeah.
I went more and I learned more about it just in that day from the few speakers and shit that y'all had. And just other events. I learned a lot more about the city just in that day than I had in my X amount of years I had been here previous. Even with shit like that, it sucks that we can't have more of that. And I didn't want to turn this into the motherfucking Keem interview, but do you think you played a part in that?
Yeah. The reason I feel like I played a part was, I'm not gonna say I'm a lone wolf, but I get into my creative modes and I don't want to be. It's almost like a rapper. When a rapper say they coming out with an album, they shut off the world. They don't listen to nobody else's music. So it was all about my own ideologies and what I felt would look right instead of being more inclusive of, because I was so locked in. I know, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but I know a lot of people don't really be about planning nothing. Everybody out here likes to talk. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the work side, like, nobody really want to do it.
Oh, brother Spency.
That's a real thing.
Hey, no.
Don't you know, huh, bro?
Oh, man.
So I do in that space. I do feel like I played a part. But again, I'm one of the people that like to work with everybody. As you can see, my team has always been a bigger size team. You know what I mean? Because I don't care about being the focal point.
Do you think that was the problem? You let too many people on the team.
That could be that. And my thing is, I think I try to help too many people. You know, and God really told me, like during this break, he told me, you don't have the power to change anybody. I gave you the ability to plant a seed and let me water it. So me, I always try to change. When I see good in people, I try to take them under my wing and, you know, water them as much as I can.
That probably, you think that could have been your downfall? Like,
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
Too much. Yeah, it got too out of, just from a nigga who's seen it from the beginning. It got too out of control.
It's crazy because I was just talking to somebody when Shayna was in town the other night. Shout out to Shayna.
Shout out to my guy, Short Set.
So I was talking, you know how they say when you leave Bad Boy, you either leave in a casket or become a preacher. I said, man, when they leave PME, they turn gay. They cheat on their. They continue to cheat on their people. You know?
I was
We're just having fun about it. Bro. You either gonna go all the way good or it's a path of destruction. But you know,
Oh shit. As a person who kind of started something and kind of built it to a level and seeing it kind of fall apart, do you still feel some type of pride in seeing how far some of the people have went that you kind of helped pour onto?
I ain't gonna front. I'm so proud of some of the people that's left PME and that's going on and did better things. Like what Heather doing is crazy.
Shout out to my amigo.
What Shano doing out with the Atlanta Dream
that shit
is
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of them that's doing their thing, and that makes me proud. Even the others that might not be as high as what the others are doing, but everybody is kind of moving in a good direction. And I'm glad that I was able to have that moment in my life where I was able to be around and be a blessing to them.
All right.
Well,
Because we didn't turn this
No,
away.
no,
And I got like 5.
Cause
I wasn't even gonna do that.
Because I want to ask how important is the black dollar to you? Since you know what I'm saying, you in business and shit, but how important is the local black dollar to you? You know what I'm saying, somebody like you?
It's important because I feel like if I'm making money and you coming out and supporting me, why am I not pouring back into what you going on? Like when we talk about the black dollar leaving within 3 spins, like that's crazy. We need to be circulating. Like with people with the fashion, you know what I mean? Or we need to start creating other hubs of business, whether that be grocery stores or certain things where we can really start spinning with each other though. Like, okay, it's cool to have those things where you having your clothing line and the things, barbershops or whatever the case, but let's start getting more things that we can spin, you know, but it's very important to me, for sure.
I don't know if I'm just going off of like I said it time and time again, man. I'm as pro-black as they come, but I'm also realistic, man. And I think the way times is coming, when you look at the numbers, man, when you look at the way society is going, I don't know if any dollar is going to be. You mean black dollar, Mexican dollar, shit, white dollar? We don't know because Shit, everybody procreating around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the average human is gonna look like in 10, 15 years. Everybody fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like me.
we have to be realistic. We have to be realistic on those terms of where are we going as a community also. Now you be still gonna have you know what I mean? We still gonna have a lot of us that's gonna be, you know, I'm community first.
I was about to ask you, should black people be practicing, you know what I'm saying, community, like just strictly don't procreate outside the black, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think Jude, man. No, I think Jude right now. We the
I've been
old.
felt like that.
No.
Jude, the reality is
I've
we the
always
old
felt like
niggas at this point though. You know what I'm saying? Like the minister said, man. Peace to UEP Newton, man. The revolution is always in the hands of the youth, and the youth
They don't care about that shit. Like
don't
we did.
care about that. They are so far removed from.
Yeah, where you get the
We are so far removed.
You gonna get what?
Because they didn't get to see it though.
Tripping.
They didn't get to see what the movement, like we really got like the tail end when we talk about like Pac was remnants of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah.
But after that, who do you see that really got to the youth that showed them the importance of pro-blackness?
I see the world like.
We got
used-
far away from the Vegas culture.
No, we used to be like this. It's a good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
We used to be like this, and I feel like everybody's headed this way, meaning whites and blacks, blacks and Mexicans, Mexicans and whites. We all used to be like, and I think everybody is headed towards a lot of white kids don't identify with what their ancestors and their parents did. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our
Blacks
kids
also.
don't identify with slavery and the things that we went through in the civil rights era and Reconstruction and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think we are, in my opinion, we are headed towards where we're kind of like locked in, except for the Asians. That's in my opinion. I think the Asians are gonna be the new whites. That's all. That's just because they're the only
They
ones.
moving
They
like
don't
that.
participate. They don't participate that much in the
Election.
political process.
Mhm.
They have their own communities. When Chinese people come out here, they get on buses and they bus them to the Chinese communities.
Yes.
Or to the
They-
outlet mall.
They
Or to the
still
outlet mall.
operate as if they are. That's it.
Right.
Speaking of that, did y'all see the little parties they've been having at the Asian supermarkets?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, seafood.
On Maryland Parkway,
At
What?
that.
At the seafood market.
By the boulevard.
At the seafood.
What?
Lit. Full on. Niggas is in costumes. This
Yes.
bitch is packed.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
that's
And I
Filipino,
seen
right?
it. Huh?
Next to the
That's
wasabi.
Yeah, that's in the
That's
Filipino
crazy.
town, the new Filipino town. And
Wait,
I'm
what
like,
the fuck? What you mean, Filipino town?
They-
You know what's over there?
That's
Yes.
designated Filipino.
that's
town there.
What's the Filipino town?
that
That
Maryland,
Maryland
Park.
strip,
That's
that
just
strip?
within the last
Fuck
That's
out.
Maryland
What?
Parkway and Twain.
within the last 90 days, nigga. That's been
Boy.
deemed Filipino town.
That's
Ooh.
what.
By whom?
By the
Nigga.
mayor?
Again, and I thought of that. when
Why we
people-
don't have nothing like that though?
I thought of that.
You hear
I
this
thought of
shit?
that.
Do you hear this
Been on
shit?
Cambridge and Twain?
They don't-
Filipino over there.
And then the Filipinos over there.
Google the exact streets, but it's over there, my
It's a seafood market over there. It's a sushi spot over there. But as far as
And a
like,
Best Buy.
the
The fact
constituents of
that
the
Best Buy
area,
is still there is
It's
crazy.
no,
nigga.
it's
The
I
Best
know
Buy and
who
the
over
seafood
there.
restaurant. That's
Know who
crazy.
over there?
better knock it
Jolly
off.
Bobby?
But you know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind.
You stupid.
I can't help it.
But
No, for real. But
No, but that fucked me up. I seen that. I'm like, now they can have it. Even though the police shut it down the second night, but the fact that they even let that go, nigga, we couldn't meet up in Mario's and do
that's
that.
correct.
It wouldn't. They wouldn't allow
Fuck
it.
is
They put a new-
that's not the cultural point.
I was just
Mario's
thinking-
is not the Las Vegas cultural
I
point.
can't think
You
of another.
motherfuckers better stop saying Mario's,
Give me
nigga.
another one.
I don't give a fuck how
I
much
can't
fish.
say I get attacked.
I
when
don't
say,
care
God,
how much
we bring
fish he
him up.
sell out that motherfucker. He's still overpricing the black community in that section with
Mario
some
not
money.
black?
With some money that was
He Mexican, bro.
man.
that's
You
yeah.
know that?
Bro, come on, man.
Our market was Jimmy's.
Jimmy's,
market, bro.
come on,
I never
man.
heard of that.
Jimmy's was
Marcus
before,
Banks and that whole little family.
That come on, man. If we gonna talk,
That was where Mario's was at first.
I did not know that.
Jimmy's.
Mario lucked up on that,
Nigga, I
man.
thought that was.
Ivan, what
But
about
that-
you, man?
What about me?
Like you've contributed to the community. Where do you feel like you fall in it?
I'm just a I don't consider myself a leader of any sorts. Like, but wherever we say we going, I'm a soldier. I'm with them. I'm with
The movement.
whatever direction we headed in. I'm headed that way. I'm always gonna be Vegas though. I'm always gonna whatever's gonna promote Vegas, whatever's gonna put Vegas in a good light. I'm for it. I'm first generation as well, and I'm proud to be from this city. And I can't wait to see where Vegas ends up. I'm excited to watch the journey, even though there are pieces of my childhood that have gone away slowly but surely that I do miss. But I'm excited for where the city's going to head to, and whatever I can do to push Black culture, Vegas culture, and any other positive thing forward, I'm for it.
Do you feel like your contributions have the community have?
I don't care though. Like I'm not. It's not. I don't have that kind of ego where it has to be about me. Like I don't give a fuck about my contribution being celebrated. I just want the culture in the city to thrive. Like it never has to be about what Ivan did. I'm secure within me. I know what my place in the city is. I know my place in the history of the city, whether it be media, whether it be entertainment, or any other thing. I'm secure with who Ivan is and what he's done, and I don't need no other external validation.
No validate. Amen.
What would you want to do, or what do you think can be done to where people stop saying Vegas don't have a culture?
Since we had this conversation the other day, I've really given like serious thought about creating a platform that highlights Black culture in Vegas and just Vegas culture in general.
Cause like that's my biggest issue. I don't feel like it's celebrated enough. You have to go seek that out. Like I had to go find that documentary to find out all that history. Like this shit is blatant in other cities. You know what I'm saying? You slapped in your face as soon as you land with blackness. You know, even if you go to fucking Colombia, when you get off the plane to Medellin, nigga, you're gonna see Black fucking figures and paintings within your first 10 minutes in the city.
We everywhere.
But I don't feel like our Blackness is celebrated enough. I'm too late. I've been living here too long to just learn about the
American Blackness ain't celebrated like, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Again, but you touched on the fact that Detroit is a 700-year-old city and Vegas is we're approaching. I think we're like right over 100.
Yeah.
Like so the things that you would point to in other cities that you can say, well, that's Blackness or that's Blackness. We don't have those things because things are like you said.
My
But no,
grandma-
we have
my
the
grandma, I think I was telling Fly this on the phone, man. My grandma's church is the first church that was ever on the west side. It's over 100 years old. It's on the corner of D and Harrison.
I think at one point Vegas per capita had more Black churches than any other city.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's not something that's not when you talk about culture, people aren't going to bring those things up. For one, for two, those things aren't celebrated today.
I think that's because
religion's not
facade.
celebrated.
Meaning it's hard for me to celebrate a bunch of Black churches when we don't own none of them over there. You know what I'm saying? The only building over there that's owned is by the Muslim Brothers, the Nation. That's the only building over there that is owned. I think even when you talk about California and you know, California and their quote unquote culture, it's all white owned. You know what I'm saying? I go to Lamert Park and it's Black everything. Most of that shit over there is white owned. How do you celebrate? And I guess we go back to participation trophies.
Beacon. We back to Beacon again.
You know what I'm saying? I asked him a question. I get you two brothers here. Ivy, I know you heard this question, but I'm gonna ask King because you know we here and I asked earlier in the day, like when you talk about Beacon and HBCUs, right? Do you feel like those things are made, or we go to those things to stop us, outside of culturally, to stop us from being able to, one, not being able to compete, or scared to compete when it's time for us to be around other cultures?
Are you talking about HBCUs?
Beacon too.
Beacon, you talking about the church, what we used to do at the church?
Yeah.
To be honest, being a graduate of an HBCU, I feel like, and I went to UNLV for a semester. I feel like the only difference between the two is not the competing in the workforce. I feel like it's the relatability with the professors. So when I went to UNLV, when you're in a class of almost 100, you're really a number. But when you go into a HBCU, from my experience, 20 or 30 people, the professors know you personally. and they look like you. And if you missing my class, I'm calling you. So it seemed like they want to see you make it out of school in comparison to being another number at a PWI. You know what I mean? So I always encourage, because really when these people are going to hire and all that stuff, they're not looking at where you got your degree from, for the most part. I don't think so. I feel like they want to know if you got a degree. And really these days, a degree don't mean nothing.
I don't really mean shit.
You know what I mean? I feel like, educate, that's a big...
I got people in my family with degrees, and I'm shitting on them.
I feel like it's a scam, though, to keep it real.
To a certain extent, I agree, but to a certain extent, I don't, because if I say I graduated with a business degree from UNLV or Texas Southern, that don't look the same as saying I got a business degree from Harvard or Princeton or Yale. So
But those are, nigga, there's about 5 colleges you can name in that realm. The other 300 million colleges is all about on the same level.
I'm saying, where you do go, I feel like it does matter.
If you go to Harvard or Yale or fucking, you should, at Princeton, you should be probably looked at, you're a mental elitist, nigga.
How are you a mental? How you even?
Because those schools are hard to get in.
But I'm saying, but when you going to bottom tier high schools anyway, how the fuck you not even? You're not even shaping yourself to be even looking at schools in them rims.
Man, you really not. To me, it really don't matter if you went to those schools or not until you go into the job force, whatever you trying to do, and you get that experience. I feel like that's your real training. The education is, to me, don't mean nothing. Because to keep it real, I done seen some people that probably shouldn't have made it out of high school make it out of college and still don't know nothing.
Would you encourage your son to go to an HBCU?
I would. But the way that the world is going now, I see that I would like him to go for the connection. He's going to be educated regardless. I mean, he's in school, but he's getting educated outside of school, especially about his history. So he's going to be on point as it pertains to business and education in my house. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to make it mandatory. Like, I feel like my parents told me, you're going to school. You know what I mean? You got to go to college.
Yeah, it was kind of like that for me. Not going to college wasn't really an option.
Right. But I feel like college is, unless you're trying to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, you don't really need college to make it.
Y'all as parents, are you forcing your kids to go to college?
No.
You and Lil Ju?
Yeah. School, man. We gotta get
Trade.
Trade.
Please. Please.
Trade,
I'd say trade, but school, nah.
I know your son is in college, but what about your daughter?
School. My daughters want to go to college. My daughter, she wants to take the HBCU tour.
Yeah.
She wants to go to the HBCU, which is dope.
Like, was that big for y'all out here? Like, to me, we all wanted to go to HBCUs for the most part. Like, I have a lot. Was that as big to y'all?
I don't think so.
It was to me. Well,
for me, it was.
At that time, when we came up around the same time, like they was going on black college tours.
Right.
They was doing steps. They was doing. It was
that helped.
They was doing everything. The youth groups at that time was pushing them.
Do they still have those? Like the
man, when my
it's
sister,
not the way. It's not the same.
And bro, when my sister left and went to Morris Brown, she never came back.
See, what my thing is
different. I heard some great stories.
I think, Fly, my thing is, man, when I got into a youth group, shit was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So all I cared about was like the bitches. Like,
bro,
that was my first, like, you know what I mean?
Networking in a way.
Bro,
when I got into a youth group, that was my first time like being for real. Like, nigga, I was turned out, bro. It was a wild, wild west. And then, you know, niggas was tripping and we, you know what I'm saying? It was really like, I didn't take advantage of the full opportunity is what I'm getting at. I thought it was just like my first year as an N5, we won the step show and the parade, same year.
Man,
What year you came out?
Year?
What year you came out?
What year I graduated or what year I was 2006?
Okay, so yeah, we was out of there.
Yeah.
But we won the parade and the step show the same year.
I think that's
My job is done.
I
Nigga,
think
I'm
that's
Michael
when
fucking
Stephen
Jordan.
was just on
You know what I'm
the
saying? I didn't take
decline.
advantage of everything else. I felt
So
like
all that didn't make you want to go to college and continue all that?
I didn't even last that long. Like, once we won, like, people, I seen people. Fly, I don't think you understand. Like, when we say, I seen people go to school all 4 years and win nothing. Dead ass. Like that was considered a failure. Like niggas go all 4 years. You ain't get you didn't win the step show.
It just depends.
When niggas my city was,
we went 3
If you
years.
fucked up,
Years.
if you fucked up in the parade, don't go to
It
school
was
the next
winning.
day.
We was winning. But that's when it meant something.
Absolutely.
Do you think that's losing culture now that our kids don't have that same experience?
Absolutely.
To me, that's the bridge we're talking about as far as like HBCU, because to me, you get around kids who are in different organizations. That's like a microcosm of like Black Greek life. I want to experience that. We know UNLV don't got that. UNLV is a great college. I'm never going to shit on UNLV as far as the college, but as far as that environment, we can't get that here. Not yet. Hopefully at some point we will.
I mean, it's none past Texas. If you think about it,
You don't think so?
it's no HBCUs past Texas.
Yeah, it is.
Where?
I
I
got
think
some in
Langston is in
Ohio.
like Tennessee.
Fisk is in Ohio, I want to say. That's an HBCU.
I'm talking about if you split the United States,
Well, now you
Going west.
got a
West.
motherfucking
Going west of
Oh,
Texas.
okay.
it's
not,
none.
Not West, no.
But yeah, man, that was like that was the pinnacle of high school to something.
Facts.
Like I didn't even get that much happiness
That's why,
out of
son.
graduation.
That's why niggas
Nigga,
went
when
to
we won
class.
Facts.
There's no feeling like standing in a Artemis Ham Hall and having
No
seem
other,
like the
bro.
entire shit. Everybody that's black.
Everybody
going crazy.
Boy, you
There's
got
no experience like that.
You holding up the KL sign like this,
You
folk
feel
in
me?
front
And
with
we
your jacket
saw,
on.
man.
And we
So-
stuck it up on that,
Bro.
I'm
motherfucker.
talking about a step show. I'm talking about fly.
We stuck
I'm
it
talking
up.
about. I'm
God
talking about a
damn.
step show. Like
Yo,
we're not
yeah,
talking about.
We stuck
Oh,
it up
no
on that
way. I
motherfucker.
was on
But
1B.
We not
I
talking
heard
about like
that
a.
name in that motherfucker
He's
though.
on
I on that
1B.
stage.
We not talking about like a church play. We talking about the audience is full of your peers. The kid, like us.
Different.
I went to
like-
a step show, but it wasn't a Vegas step show.
Different
man,
schools,
that
was different, bro.
man.
I know.
Man.
But my question is, the way y'all speaking about this, I feel like I missed something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely you did.
Yeah,
what
that was the time.
What can we do?
And it
to bring
offset a lot of the gang culture. I'm sorry.
What can we do to bring something like that back?
That's
So where niggas could be sitting around when they having old nigga moments and have like y'all niggas look great to me right now.
know
When y'all
that.
looking back at this shit is great.
we don't
I
got
don't
the
know if
same.
that
Like
comes
what can
back.
we do to bring that
We don't got
back?
the same.
I don't think
mentors. We
if
don't got
you-
the same.
I don't think if you put it back out, it will be the same.
No.
That's almost like how I feel like with y'all asked earlier, PM Entertainment. I feel like even if PM Entertainment came back, it wouldn't have the same feeling for me. And like the Unity Fest, I don't think the Unity Fest will have the same feel. That was just a time and a moment.
bro.
You know what I mean? But I do feel like it should be documented. Like we should have a documentary based on people
That's
that came through that
crazy.
era.
That shit was
And
crazy.
to me,
It's hard
that's
to
a way
find the tapes.
It's
to
hard to find the tapes.
Nobody had the tapes.
I
to
got-
me, that's a way
I
of
have a
furthering the
tape
culture.
somewhere in my
Niggas got
garage
tapes.
of 2000. This
Niggas
is
got the
old.
Cheyenne Step Show. Niggas got
Boy,
tapes.
You got
I've
04?
asked- I've asked
It's
several
got
times.
tapes.
Because
I've
in
asked.
2004, in 2000, yeah, was this 04?
Nah,
This is my 10th grade year.
We got
2004.
To the
This
90s.
is 2004. In my when I was coming up, or when I was afraid of the gents,
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
I felt like them niggas
we
had
got
it.
to scrape back to the.
I felt like them niggas had it. And I know like previous years everybody was talking about like it was the Kappa League and shit like that. But when I said, man, them gents, they was
Sigmas-
cool.
The
but-
Sigmas had their time when it was just
See,
Twix and Shorty.
Twix
Yeah.
took
They
over though
a
for the-
killer. They a
Okay.
killer show by
Now,
themselves.
now,
Facts.
again, I love in this conversation, and then we're trying to further the conversation of Vegas culture. What the fuck can we do to recreate something like
I
this?
don't think you
Yeah.
can.
Or do
man.
y'all care? Or what can we do? Not just not the whole stepping factor, but just the essence, the pride that y'all
Well,
have right
okay,
now.
well, I'm gonna put something out there. I'm gonna put something out there. When we did our last pajama jam, we was trying to put an OG.
He definitely hit me up about
Yeah,
it.
we was trying to get an OG Unity Fest together.
I don't think niggas got it like that no more. I for real don't got it no more.
We say 1 minute, but 1 minute is
It's
flat.
long.
It's a
3-5.
motherfucker. But
Yeah.
I think
3-5.
So that culture should be
see?
celebrated. Like I'm not here, and I've been out here 20 plus years. I've never really heard spoken about like how y'all just did right now. That's classic.
phones is different, man.
And that's the way to get like to when you say culture and niggas come here like no, because it's not enough of these stories
Nah,
told.
because Bomb was trying to put that reunion together. He was trying to put that reunion.
But not just
together.
what you stuck on that. I'm just talking about that essence.
different
of
level of community now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think
you
that
don't got the same. Man,
it's a different level of community. Like you said, I think black people weren't allowed to leave the West Side until the 70s, I believe. So black people were literally stuck on the west side. You could leave to go to work, and you had to come back home. So there's a different, and we're all migrating from the south, so we share a similar background. We all are stuck on this. Once you get past 5 o'clock, we all stuck on this side of town with each other. Like now, once everybody's allowed to live where they want to live,
It's all spread out,
and there's a different migration of people that are from other places. You lose that sense of community.
Because even when you talk about like late night hoops, like that was a time for sure. They won't understand. When we talk about like Rucker Park and all that, like that was Rucker Park.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, yeah, we about running out of time.
Yeah, this was a good ass show. We could have kept on going, man. I just shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the homegrown, man. This is yeah, that's what I said, man. Culture is culture. Culture is so ingrained, man. You gotta find it sometimes, man. And it is these conversations right here where it shows you that we have it. You know, times just evolve, and I think now, man, when you say bringing them back to the forefront, it's hard especially with these phones and shit. I couldn't imagine fucking up a step. And I go home and it's on TikTok. Nigga, I'm going crazy. Do you know the shit that happened at late night hoops? You go home, I'm never on a team again.
Oh, that was,
you know what I mean?
That was just playing that Doolittle and being a part of just growing up in that atmosphere on the west side, period. Just being able to live over there, walk to Jimmy's from over there, go to Big 8, Super 6. They had Scoops, black-owned ice cream shop back in the day, burned it down during the riots. It was so much black. But we was thriving before you folk. Hey, man.
Hamburger Hut.
Heaven.
Hamburger Heaven. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was real.
I'm gonna say the Hut too.
You can Hut. You know,
but they ain't.
I was gonna say is that black?
No, but just
they like the Asians that they pass by during the
just real shit. Even 88. I even shout out 88.
Absolutely.
You feel me? I even fuck with 88.
That was a whole different thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a whole different thing.
So why don't we do this? I mean, I'm gonna just say this on the show. I think it would be good. You said homegrown. I think that's a dope series name, Homegrown, going around interviewing people where those things were taking place.
My brother said he finna do it.
Oh yeah. I think that would be dope. However I can contribute, bro. Let me know.
I mean, it's a lot of forgotten people out there that have contributed a lot,
that lost their lives
to the city, man. But it's a lot out here, as you can hear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
clear out.
We'd appreciate those of you who are from the city who have this recollection and who would like to see the city grow. Please come help contribute. Don't just sit on the internet and talk shit.
Right.
Please come help. If living in Houston and wearing cowboy boots is a thing, we have a cowboy boot emporium out here. You can come get you some cowboy boots and get your fucking hat, and be cool. Yeah. We have brunch in hookah spots here too. Yeah. So you don't gotta go to Houston to do all that. You can come home and help build this culture that you say we don't have.
Yeah.
Come on home.
All right, you got any final? Was that your final word?
That's it, man.
Nah, man. Just shout out to cats like these, man, in the city, man, that believe in the city, that's been pushing for this shit a long time, man. So just shout out to the city this episode. And City Boy Jew, 702, man. Holla at me.
King?
I want to thank y'all for the opportunity. I know I don't really get to talk to y'all much, but I love what y'all doing in the city. I want to see y'all get even bigger. So I need y'all to start supporting the logos. This is what it's about. It's supporting. So keep doing y'all thing, and thank y'all for having me.
That was nice. Oh shit, that was so positive. What do I want to say? Oh, make sure you watch Fly Conversations on the Views from the Sevens Network. I got one.
Views from the Seven
Network. I got one coming up with some Vegas locals, you know what I'm saying? Some major hitters in the city. So y'all check out that. We got the one with Tiana out. Tiana out right now. You're so stupid. We got Tiana out right now. Y'all check that out. Got a few more coming. Might have to sit down with King, but you know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
I got a lot of PM questions to ask.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Boy.
So
I think in the spirit of, man, it would be dope to put together like a 702 weekend. Based on Blast from the Past. I think it would be super dope too.
530 babies only.
I feel like it would be super dope. Or even somewhere that, you know what I mean, where we all congregate, we put something together, man, and it'd be just like a bunch of like pictures and arts and shit of what used to be, you know what I mean? Just something that I think would be super dope.
this was a great episode. We got like 3 apologies in this episode. This shit was nice.
Real quick, man. Fantasy Park, man. Real landmarks got tore down, man. Real shit in the city, like real landmarks, the parks and museums and shit that you Like, they tore that shit down, man. But, like, if you know about it, man, you really know about it, man. Shout out to the paddle wheel. I don't know if you ever been to the paddle wheel. You know what I'm saying? Real shit on the strip. You know what I'm saying? These are real landmarks that they tore down, man. Shout
And
out
even
to
like I said, the West Side, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the biggest hotel on the West Side wasn't Moulin Rouge, you know what I mean? I think it was out the Carver, something like that. You got you know, a lot of the churches down there used to be something else. I think was it what's the church that start with True? I think something.
True Love.
I think True Love used to be a bowling alley back in the day.
Victor used to be a part of Victor used to be the club.
Is my man still up? Pastor Fowler still over, Victor?
Pastor Fowler died during COVID.
Jesus.
I didn't know
Take us
that.
out. Let's talk.
No, because my grandfather used to go there, and I ain't
God.
Nah, he passed.
R.I.P. Pastor Fowler, though.
All
He
right,
was good.
man, we out of here,
I feel
man.
bad. Yeah, see y'all next week.
Oh, my God.